Hello. How are you guys doing? Good evening. Good Friday. It is Good Friday. What is up? Who's here? We have Sunny, Cat Lamp, Ravenclaw Eaglet. Good evening from Sweden. Hello, Sweden. I don't think he's around anymore, but. And we also have Lamp and Cat on Twitch. Howdy. Hello, Joe.
Alright, enough of that. How are you guys doing? There we go. Hello, Tenchi. There's my multi-chat working. So yeah, we're gonna be... I didn't used to dual stream reverse. I'm not entirely sure if it has like an audience on Twitch at all. But you know, since it's having I don't know if the issues with the OST are solved, so it might as well just dual stream, you know, just to be safe. Painting Radman, hello. It's 1 a.m. Where are you still awake? Doing fine, let's go. Exactly, yeah, Kat. Worst case, it makes a bot archive easier, you know, because on YouTube it's gonna be all like, if something happens with the OST, you know, if there's still issues, on YouTube it's gonna be like all cut off on and on. And then I can just transfer the thing from YouTube, from Twitch. And the most it'll do, if there's still problems, it'll just mute some sections of the stream, but like you can still read it. I don't know if there's still be issues though, because you know, that's a funny thing. Like people were asking me, like, oh, you know, so who sent the copyright claim? And if you go check the videos, they're actually not copyright struck at all. So it's so strange. It's so weird. Like, if you go check the other videos, there's no copyright strike. I have no copyright strike or copyright claim. Alerts. Monetization is on without problems. I have no idea what is up. Hopefully that means that the issue is solved. They released the OST for this event officially. So I guess that in the end that was what was causing them issues. You know, like I mentioned on Discord, I forgot, but they even got, you know, the reverse channel. They even got their own video removed at one point for a copyright claim. But yeah, because they released the OST today, I think, like officially. So I guess they were having issues with that. Hello, son. How are you doing? But yeah, so hopefully there'll be no issues today, but you know, just in case, I might start just dual streaming, just to have an archive more easily available if something goes wrong on the YouTube side. Morning and eve? Oh yeah, true. It's yeah, it's morning for you. But yeah, how have you guys been? I've been enjoying my time off. Did you guys get time off for how do you call it in English? Easter weekend? Easter week? Question mark? I don't know. Been on the Pokemon grind a bit. Let's go. I've been on that sunless grind. I actually bought the battle pass on sunless because I was already like level 60. So I was like, might as well, you know. It comes with goodies. It's the same as in Gears Online 2. Whenever I'm like high level, I'm like, you know, might as well buy it and get all those goodies that I got for playing like a madman. Thank you for subscribing. Is that a thing not eating meat this week? I mean, I know some people do it. I don't think I ever did. I can't remember. My household had a weird mix of like only being slightly religious, but like not really. So I can't remember if we did, but like, you know, I knew of it. I knew that people didn't eat meat during Easter weekend. I had entirely forgotten about it though. God help me so I can return the favor, I guess. Valid, understandable. Oh yeah, I got codes. Liang, you are on duty. No, you're not sorry. And log your head empty. Yeah, got them all. I will be matching barbecue ribs now. Hell yeah. Yes, in my case, I don't really do stuff. I never really got used to it too much. Claim all. What is this? I'll check it later. Sorry, I haven't opened the game today, so like I'm just checking the things. They're gonna update the PC client. They said it's gonna be more HD now. I'm like, damn. Nice. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Wait, why did it show up like that? I just saw. Oh, thank you for the. Why did it show on my thing here? Oh, because it doesn't show on the multi-chat. That's why. Thank you so much for the super chat. I was like, what What are they talking about? Now I see. Thank you so much. But yeah, me on my end, I've been playing Blue and Rage, and it's very fun. Lost Records, Blue and Rage, from the creators of Life is Strange. I'm really invested. If it weren't because I need to finish this event like now, I will be like, fuck it, I'm not streaming until next week. I need to finish this game. But yeah, I took the chances. I am off. I was starting a bit early. I would be playing Godmog if some dude hadn't pulled that B6. Why did he do that? Apparently some of my friends were saying that it's alright if you use her with Meshti. And you can still auto spam if you have Meshti. The Meshti buff, it's real. Need my B6 mother. Yeah, so real. But yeah, since it turns out, speaking of, you reminded me, it turns out I will have the weekend off. My sister is not my sister had her wisdom tooth removed, and since her work is very physically heavy, she asked for the weekend off at the dentist. So she got the entire weekend off. So I won't be streaming because I will be sleeping in. So we're gonna be finishing Affiliate next week. So no spoilers, or I will kill you personally. Trying to pull V6 mesh tip on the log so far. Oh no! Good luck. But also be careful. I finally managed to pull Trigger and her engine on Zelda's. I remember that when you roll, just like all the gachas, when you roll, you get like this little currency that you can go and then exchange for more rolls. And I had just enough to get me to the 50-50. So I was like, you know what, let's just do it. And I did, and I got her. And then I had like 14 pulls. I was 14 pulls away from a S rank engine, and I was left with like 15 pulls. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it. And then I got her engine. And so I'm not like, yay! Guess that'd be a skip then. I still have a bunch for Vector, I feel. So it should be okay. I'm not rolling copies, so I should be fine, hopefully. I put for the rivals, I don't care having copies. Yeah, no, exactly, me too. I broke. Also true. Also same. But yeah, as I said, I kind of reach a point in gacha games when I'm just like, if I don't get the character, it's like, oh, whatever. I'll get the next one. That's kind of my approach to life now. Which is why I rarely stream my gacha pulls, because, I feel like people will expect me to like spend money and roll and like get an insane amount of copies, and I'm just like, no, I'll just roll, and if I get it, cool, and if I don't, whatever. There's always a rerun, exactly. And you know, if you fail to get your rifle or like the character you want now, it leaves you a step closer to the next character that you will want. So, you know, it's not a loss. It's never a loss. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I wanted to buy a skin. I'm gonna do that before moving, before changing screens. And when you guys need my credit card information, my PayPal. There's some pretty skins, but I just want the tiniest one. 1080 crystals. Where do I buy those crystals again? I'm just gonna use money. Oh, where are they? Okay. Healthy mentality. You are always one bet into winning. Never stop doing bets. Family starring big okay, shiny. Buy. PayPal. Get in your wallet. Yes. Having a nice week. Alright, now we can do the jump so I can show you the skin that I just bought. And then we'll move on. So let's go! Whoa! I didn't do the changing screens beforehand, so it was laggy. Anyway. This is the screen this is the skin I was buying just now. Just look at her. Fachero. La tormenta de facha. It's not a tax write-off. Yeah. Tax write-off for like $10. Just finished in time for the game part of the stream. Let's go! But yeah, she's so beautiful.
A suitcase immune to the storm. Yes, it's a wonderful idea. And so comfortable and spacious too. It could save many lives.
I love how in the corner, I'm just gonna move for a little. You get the little button there that says get dressed. You know, it's not like equip a skin or like use a skin now. No, get dressed. Like they weren't wearing clothes before. Get dressed. Moshi mosh. What's this? For the end of the year, Chinatown becomes bustling with people, inevitably leading to more incidents. Another report came in about a suspicious package found in a phone booth. It's probably something left behind by a previous caller, but it could also be a dangerous item placed with malicious intent. Regardless, the package must be checked, and right then, a call comes through to the phone booth. Answer it, what if it's the owner? Hopefully. I always hate that I can never read this. They left an ID in the package that will save a lot of trouble. Hello there. Hello, this is the study officer. I received a report of a suspicious package in the phone booth. Is it yours? My birthday is January 3rd. I just realized I had to check. Call me Jordan. Oh, okay. Sure, I guess. I don't know, but goodies. The telephone tone is the same of my house that startled me. That is like a very generic phone sound. Anyway, that has to do with the incoming event that I won't be streaming. I kind of wanted to stream it, just because it looks really interesting to me. You know, I'm like, oh, I saw the trailers and all that, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun. This looks like fun. Maybe I should stream it. But since I kind of had to rush with this one, I'm like, I don't feel like it anymore. Like, I get kind of burnt out very quickly when gachas start rushing content. So I'm like, I'm just gonna do it on my own. It's not like main story anyway, so. I may change my mind, but like as it stands now, I'll just play it on my own, and I'll continue Sonic Generations and Honkai Impact. But anyway, let's get to it. And hopefully YouTube won't die. So far, it's surviving. So let's go. The hateful hometown. Once tangled in a single arrangement, now unraveling in a sea of melodies. Let's see how this continues. It's the moon! Cumulus clouds drift slowly across the night sky, like the rolling waves of the sea, the countless stars glinting gently behind them. The damp sea breeze has laid a heavy layer of moisture on the surfaces of the ship. Standing at the observation window, the captain's face betrays no emotion. There is a faint, hesitant sound at her door. I think that's what I said. Yeah. Oh my god, it's the totally not suspicious woman.
Oh, Miss Vatutu. I hadn't expected you to visit.
Grace's face lights up, every inch radiating joy. She eagerly opens the door, affectionately pulling Fatutu into the room.
I must say it's a welcome relief from the onslaught of greedy businessmen and boorish officials. All puff and no substance. Bloated, lifeless. They remind me of a few specimens of decay from my collection.
What?
Decaying specimens? Miss Grace, you mean body?
Hush. Let's just leave things at that.
Let's not leave things at that. She squints as she studies the faintly protruding veins on the girl's hands, imagining the blood coursing anxiously through them. Why? Why are you imagining that? Who kind of person imagines that?
So then, you're here to talk about something else? Go ahead.
Yes, Miss Grace. I just wanted some advice, if you don't mind.
Not at all, my dear. We are friends, aren't we?
Oh.
We are venturing into the unknown, so it is little surprise that you feel lost. But disorientation is a dangerous enemy. I am more than happy to help. Relax and keep an open mind, dear. We have a long night ahead.
A few soft, subtle noises come from outside, but they are not enough to disrupt the intimate conversation between the two. Grace sets down her pocket watch, her gaze drifting past the slightly ajar door, a faint smile teasing her lips.
The thing is, I tried to ignore the outside world, just like you said, but I failed.
Fatutu instinctively lowers her head.
The idea of raising a spear against people I know so little about, even if it was to avenge my home. I felt I had to learn more about these outsiders, to understand them. I'm sorry I went against your advice. I thought that learning about them would harden my resolve. I thought that I would hate them from the depths of my soul. That the hatred would be so strong that I'd feel no remorse. That I would see in them what you and Manus Vindictae do. But...
On the face of her wavering resolve, Fadutu bows her head in shame.
instead, after interacting with the people here...
The noisy music hall, the bustling tourists, the bright lights, the sea shanties, they all linger in her mind.
But Tutu, my dear, there's no shame in having second thoughts.
The gentleness of her response leaves Fadutu momentarily stunned.
How could you not? This was but your first glimpse of a world so much wider than you knew. But you'll soon realize that it is nothing more than a dying corpse. Its lungs still clinging on to its last breath. The face rots first, you know. It's a nasty scene, I assure you. Those shrinking, putrefying eyeballs are always a headache for taxidermists.
How do you know that?
Next, the chest cavity. It rots out from the inside, bloating with noxious gases produced by its decomposing flesh, until it's ready to pop like a party balloon.
I'm so glad we're getting this knowledge. Very, very, very needed in regular life.
Even at this stage, if you were to hold your breath and look only to the limbs, you might marvel at the artisanship. Such a perfect creation. Yet it dies all the same. So it goes.
Fadutu has never encountered such a warm and spirited captain before.
Do you see the world any clearer now? Take your time. Think it through.
Grace lightly taps her finger on the board beside her, as if keeping time with the faint footsteps outside. Lost in thought, Fadutu remains oblivious to it all.
The outsiders are different from what I expected. Miss Grace, are you sure they're truly evil?
Grace glances out the window. Through the porthole, a strange vibrating sound grows louder and more distinct. Following Grace's gaze, Fadutu notices an enormous shadow on the other side of the porthole. Can parasols and railings really create such an enormous silhouette?
They are cunning, menacing, and at times have even been known to engage in eavesdropping.
The shadow creeps closer toward them, stealthy and deliberate.
Miss Grace, watch out! It's some kind of monster!
There is no doubt. This cutting description has angered the shadow intruder.
Huh?
It's here!
Scrambling, Fadutu grabs whatever is nearby, signal lights, brooms, and hemming lines, and flings them out the door.
I'll protect you, Miss Grace!
Who are you fighting, little girl? Alright. Recommended. You'll get to see my skin.
I'll do my best.
My brand new skin. I have no idea how to use her. We're just gonna go
Don't
for it.
worry. It's been proven safe. I will remember your sacrifice.
Yes, buff Marcus.
This book?
That sounds
I'll
good.
be right here. Keep up the pace. Great. No mistakes. Sweet joy. Cheer up. My next performance, bubble bursting.
Oh, that's Barcarolla.
Or this one. A fragment of truth.
I admire your courage.
I can't.
Free,
I will be watching you.
Together, we are fearless. Good. We share the same dream. I admire your courage.
Let's go destroy her, Marcus.
A future for everyone. Heart scared.
He turns gray.
What an awful racket you make.
Crazy, please. Was I helpful, timekeeper?
Kristen Jordans. Thank you for the follow. Hello, hello. How are you doing? The commotion seems to have come to an end.
Is it dead?
Panting heavily, Fatutu musters the courage to rush out of the cabin. The figure on the deck is far removed from the terrifying enemy she envisioned.
Oh, it's you, Barcarola.
She's crying, no. A familiar tear-struck face emerges from the aftermath of the chaos. The captain, however, seems unfazed by the disheveled state of her crew staff.
Miss Barcarola, what a pleasure to see you.
She's so baby, yes.
Have you lost your mind, Fatutu?
Look at her.
I've been looking all over the ship for you to thank you for the lamps you made.
No, she's so sad.
This is a funny way of saying you're welcome. Not even the rudest student in Cremona would attack someone for saying thanks.
An unfamiliar term springs from her lips, sparking Fatutu's curiosity.
Cremona? Where's that?
Maybe apologize first.
That's really not what matters here.
Exactly. Caught my attention that in the stream it says that you can speak Spanish and English. Yeah, I do. I also speak some French, but I don't put it on the stream. Because I'm not confident enough, but I still don't understand her instrument. It's made up. I read her story and her arcane skill. Trilingual, yeah. Mexicano, buenas. But yeah, I read her story and her arcane skill is basically she can combine things. So she basically make her own. She wanted, she played violin, but she wanted an instrument that will be capable of like producing every sound of every instrument ever. So she made her own, and that is the thing that she's carrying. She calls it a crackling box. It used to be just like a violin with like a flute, but now it clearly evolved.
Settle down, please, ladies. This was only a small misunderstanding, wasn't it? As both your captain and your friend, I hope that you might be able to resolve this. I do believe I could see you two becoming fast friends.
You are no friend of mine. The captain's overtures are anything but subtle.
The Tutu here is eager to learn about the outside world. And I'm sure you must have many stories to share, don't you? Consider it a favor, in exchange for those sea mother's eyes.
It simply wouldn't do for a captain to leave these two in such a state.
Why don't you take a seat, Miss Barcarola?
Es una mezcla de un violonchelo, pianola, trompeta, caja de música y el clarinete. Oh! Yeah, I couldn't identify them. I don't know the English names for a few of those. I think violoncello is just violoncello, maybe. trumpet, music box, clarinet. But yeah, it's just like a mix of instruments that she made herself. She moves aside, extending 2 delicate hands to them. The girls take her hands, allowing themselves to be drawn close. Then they lean. The sea breeze sweeps across the deck, dispersing whatever awkwardness there was between them.
You were quick to gloss over your hometown. Cremona, wasn't it?
Thank you for the follow! Grace's voice is gentle and soft, but Carola finally loosens the tension in her strings, speaking as she looks out over the moonlit water.
Cremona, the city of violins, as they say. See, I was born in that awful, dreary old place. But I don't like to talk about it, Miss Grace.
Does C have that accent in Italian? I'm gonna assume yes. Patuto examines Barcarola's expression.
But it sounds like you still miss your home. So why speak of it that way? Is there something wrong with it? In Nukuteao, when we find something rotted in our village, we wrap it up in stinky grass and throw it in the ocean. Do you outsiders not do this as well?
Well, it's not completely rotted exactly. It's just...
She furrows her brow, seemingly searching for the right words. Not the
In
grass.
Cremona, everything is bound up with the violin. How it's made, how it's played, even the science of it. It fills the air and every conversation. You can't walk to the trattoria without tripping over a virtuoso.
The trattoria.
They come from Rome, Berlin, London, New York, Nairobi, Tokyo, Uppsala, people from far and wide, all crammed into one town. Not a day goes by without a concert, a symphony, or a festival musicale.
Am I misunderstanding you? Because to the Nukutai, the idea of a place with music and festivals every day sounds very... fun.
You wouldn't get it.
That's where you're wrong, Signora. It's no fun at all. At least, for me. To be Cremonese is to take pride in its music, its history, and above all, its violins. And you must learn to love the violin, the viola, the violoncello, and the bass, because there is nothing else. Every quartet is a string quartet. Every concerto is Vivaldi. Strings, strings, strings. The monotony is unbearable.
I kind of get that though, because yeah, it's just like everything was just violins and like derivative of them. And like, where are all the other instruments? Thank you for the hydrate, by the way. I'm currently drinking coffee, not very hydrating, but I have a glass of water already for when I'm done with my coffee. That place rate of drops are real. Oh, there it
The
is.
world has so very many instruments as diverse and as varied as the people that fill it. Even the shell around your neck could sing if you knew just where to tap it. But not in Cremona. That's why I speak of it that way, Fatutu. Because if I had stayed there, I would never have seen the music of the world and its instruments, and my crackling box would never have been able to know their sounds.
That was her first Kraken box. It's a violin with a clarinet.
The Nukutai don't have many instruments. Not so many as you anyway. But we were never bored with what we had. I'm certain that your island holds great beauty beyond its music. If ever we grow tired of singing and dancing, we'd go searching for shells or swimming in the reefs.
Oh, the simple life.
You still have much to learn about the world beyond your islands.
Then you have no intention of ever returning home, Miss Barcarola?
A seemingly most ordinary question.
Return? No, never. They're too set in their ways, like old fossils. My vision of music grew beyond them, and I did too.
Barcarola cups her hands around her mouth and hollers out into the fog-covered horizon.
I won't force myself back into their little world!
Your determination is admirable indeed.
Glad to hear it. Then my position is safe for another day.
How could it not be? You are the very star of the free breeze.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Barcarola's face lights up with renewed pride.
What about you, Miss Grace? You've never told us about your home.
Yeah, Miss Grace, where do you come from? What do you want?
It's a place of little interest to anyone. Not even worthy of naming.
Is that so? Why so dodgy? Why so avoidant? Her demeanor is far more composed than the rambling chatter of Barcarola.
They say a musician must be free of attachments to be truly creative. Perhaps this is true of captains as well.
No, don't let it slide so easily.
No, that can't be right. The new Gutai believe that to stray from our home is the death of the spirit. If we travel too far and too long, our spirit shells develop cracks that no amount of Nuku glue can mend. And from these cracks come an intense sadness. The elders call it homesick.
Homesickness. See, we have this word as well. The sailors aboard often ask me to play the songs of their youth when they're missing their homes. So many different melodies. Thankfully, my crackling box has all kinds of instruments to suit their needs. I imagine it must be difficult for your people now. If you'd like, I could learn to play some of your songs and perform them. I'd be more than happy to help after all you've done.
That's kind of you. I'm sure it'll be of great help to us.
I'm more than happy to help, Patutu. It is my job after all.
They're bonding. The girls' conversation seems to stretch on forever, but the increasing frequency with which they rub their eyes clearly marks the passage of time. Eventually, the sun climbs above the sea, painting its surface a satin blue. And as the ship's horn sounds, gentle ripples spread across its
It
surface.
appears the sun has caught up with us, ladies.
Oh, they would really wear out all night?
Mamma mia! The concert!
Mamma mia. As she rubs her eyes, Barcarola catches a glimpse of the captain lightly shaking her pocket watch, and remembers something equally important.
I promised Signora Regulus a rock and roll concert, but I haven't even asked her what instruments she needs.
Italian detective. In case it wasn't clear before. Holiday reverse stream. Yeah, hello baguettes. Yeah, I wasn't planning on streaming today, but it was either now or never, you know. Because it was either today or like rush on like Monday and Tuesday, but I'm like, I'd rather do it today that I'm off, and then I can actually end the stream. And if it's not too late, I can just go back to gaming.
Ciao, ragazze!
Ragazzi! With hurried footsteps clattering down the stairs, Barcarola quickly vanishes.
Thank you for talking with us, Miss Grace.
So yeah, we're rushing till the end today. I don't need to wake up early tomorrow. She has waited for Barcarola to be clearly out of sight before speaking.
Don't mention it. I only hope that it was helpful for you.
The good thing is that 2.5 will be available next week. Doesn't vote for me! I don't like them rushing. It stresses me out. Hopefully they'll go back to the slower pace later when we're more caught up. I'm very excited for 2.5 though.
I have one last question. I was wondering, how do you stay so determined?
Why the lack of answer? Oh, okay. Okay, just leave me hanging there. Why not? Sure. kinda used to thingies popping in between. Flashing genres. An opera house, a radio station, and the pulse of forgotten tunes. Regulus is here. Be afraid. The air is buzzing with anticipation. Regulus stands on a stage, cheering and dancing in a lively twist.
Hello, Free Breeze! Listen up, all my rock and roll stars, fans, and wannabes. You lot are in luck because you are about to experience the greatest, grandest, most radical rock and roll party of the era.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Now get up on those feet and drag those little legs of yours on deck because it's time to get those old bones jumping. Just think, folks, one day you'll be sitting by a fireplace telling your grandkiddies that you were here. This is the night you become a legend.
Ciao, Regulus!
Barcarola burst into the room.
Well, if it isn't our star musicista.
This isn't what we agreed on. I thought we'd make our preparations together.
Are there any problems with speaking Spanish? No, it's alright.
What preparations?
Barcarola pats her chest as she tries to steady her breathing.
To begin with, we must do a survey of our guests' musical preferences, then prepare a song list to match. Then we must carefully organize our transitions to optimize the flow of the concert.
You're asking too much of Regulus. Me voy a preguntar antes de que ese problema. Sí, no, está bien, muchas gracias. Sí, no, pero no hay problema. Igual, porque igual hay otra gente que habla español, así que no pasa nada. Es nomás que en general yo juego todo en inglés. Y por eso tengo inglés como idioma principal, entre comillas. We bilingual in this, hell yeah.
Wait. Arrangements. Concert. What are you on about? This is rock and roll, love. A proper rock and roll party.
No arrangements? No song list? This isn't what I was taught to do in Cremona.
Cremona is not rock and roll.
As musicians, we have a responsibility to ensure that every listener enjoys an exquisite and seamless experience. We must allow them to savor the emotion and artistry of each piece.
Sounds a bit stuffy, doesn't it? Come on, no reason to get all hung up on the details. Music is freedom. The only thing that matters in rock and roll are the vibes.
The vibes. Regulus clearly holds no space for unnecessary formalities.
You don't use your brain, you feel it in your heart, babe.
Babe.
Guess your miserable old music teachers never taught you that, eh?
Barcarola furrows her brow, but eventually her expression relaxes.
Fine. But just to be clear, next time we do it my way.
Cheers, love! You're an inspiration to musical directors the whole world over.
Oh, she's so British. Flattery is often more effective than any incantation.
You can find the record player in the locker backstage.
Regulus immediately darts backstage. Turn off the lights. Connect the sound system. Check the stylus. Pick a record. Position the tone arm. Raise your hands high and get ready for a...
Is this what you call heavy metal?
What's that? No! First up is an iconic taste of psychedelic rock. But I haven't even found the power socket yet.
The clanging of metal echoes from the lower decks, growing louder and clearer. Then, an eerie, otherworldly shrieking follows, followed by what feels like an earthquake. While the guests exchange uneasy glances, Sonero has sensed that something is amiss.
Timekeeper, those sounds are familiar, aren't they? Metallic percussion sounds, sprinkled with screams of pain.
Interesting.
His Manus Vindictae.
Those blackened, bizarre metallic creatures rear their heads once more. Oh, these guys. A torrent of metal instruments surges up from the stairwells to the lower levels, like oil gushing out of a pipe. The sudden commotion sent the guests into an uproar. They huddled together, whispering nervously to one another.
What? These persistent pests again? Which hellhole did they crawl out of this time?
Don't worry, Signora Regulus. I won't let them disturb your rock party.
She stands calmly but fiercely before them.
You oafish barnacles are ruining the atmosphere and scaring our guests. I very much doubt you're doing this with the approval of Captain Grace.
Or you will be surprised.
You should be working in the engine room, not making noise up on deck. Have you all forgotten the Seafarer's Code of Conduct?
They appear unmoved. The Foundation's investigators step forward, immediately taking command of the situation.
Sinetto, Regulus, get the crowd out of here. Get ready to engage with these Manus thugs.
Understood. Miss Barcarola, I'll ask you kindly to step back from these brutes.
Why are you pronouncing it like that, Sonero? You're supposed to be Italian.
Please, Signora. There's no need for alarm. I know they may look a little strange, but they're just engine crew. They work here.
Oh no!
And as such, as our musical director, I have some authority over them. Moreover, it is my duty to ensure all our guests have a safe and enjoyable stay.
What do you mean there's Manus running the engine? I don't like this.
Now I see how the Manus kept themselves hidden.
Fatuto quickly finds herself trapped amid the breathless crowd. She stands on tiptoe, dazzled by the countless overlapping shadows and rays of sunlight.
Is that Barcarola? What's she doing over there?
Amid curious and astonished gazes, Barcarola gradually approaches the dark mass of Manus followers.
If you've come to be entertained or perhaps for some music lessons, I would be more than happy to assist you in the crew quarters later. However, your musical talents will not be needed at this time, as we already have a scheduled performance.
No hit is taken. Instead, a hammer is raised high.
Stop them!
Who knew Manus are good sailors? Mineral, you say? So it's time for the good old classics. And then just throw Regulus in there, why not?
Can I start running?
Oh, I'm not gonna remember that.
A sword shot.
Unless it becomes life and death.
Another jar?
I know the moon, and this is an alien city.
Break it, break it. Let's get it over quick. How welcoming. There they are.
Deleted.
I believe in
It's newly made this year.
sempre caro mi su quest'ermo cole.
Enjoy.
Dead.
Got you.
A sword shot.
Another jar?
I know the moon, and this is an alien city. You don't want to miss it. Break it, break it.
Easy.
That was a fly.
You did nothing, but it's fine. More and more Manus disciples fill the perimeter of the hall, surrounding those inside like trembling pent sheep.
What's happening? Why are they acting crazy?
She stands resolutely, putting herself between the guest and the crazed Manus disciples, her heavy breathing condensing on the neck of her cracking box.
As the musical director of the Free Breeze, I can't allow you to harm our guests.
Enough of your nonsense, foolish outsider.
Whoomst! A flash of cold light streaks through the air.
No! Hobo protect!
Oh, is it the other guy? A shell-shaped ripple appears, reflecting the icy arrow.
Are you okay, Barcarola?
Patutu darts out from the crowd, rushing over to Barcarola with no regard for the surprised stares of the Nukutai behind her.
What are you doing, Fatutu? That is an outsider. Have you forgotten your duty to your people?
A stern, familiar reprimand booms in her ears. After studying the shaking musician, Patutu nervously turns around. Her brother's figure looms in the shadows of the crowd. For the first time, this image deeply unsettles her.
No! Never! But, Kamutsa, this is not defending our home. And it doesn't feel like avenging it either. What we suffered was not these people's fault. There has to be a better solution to all this. This isn't our way. It isn't right.
Patutu stares fearfully as her brother draws closer. As he comes into the light, she finds herself staring into a face that is both familiar and strange.
Kamutsa.
Oh no! He put on the mask! Well, rip. Kamura gently shakes his head. Inky black liquid drips from the seams of his mask.
Fatutu, we have no choice.
Well, guess Patutu's about to be left completely orphaned, no family, no tribe. Yippee! What's this? Medical records. We assure you that they will strictly adhere to established medical standards. Shipboard medical log. Wednesday, Charlie, 43, seasickness, administered dimenitrinate. Janice, 29, severe seasickness, administered dimenitrinate. Kalea, 17, seasickness, patient refused medication. Advised to open a window and get some fresh air. It's really crying how afraid some 17-year-olds can be of taking medication. Thursday, Alessio, 33, diarrhea from consuming excessive seafood. Administered difenoxylate, advised bed rest and adequate hydration. Kalea, 17, scalded by a water heater. Accompanying personnel were agitated and cursing. Hold them down. Clean the barn and applied ointment. These two never cease to amaze me. Last time I spent ages explaining seasickness meds, and now they talk about water fireboxes and heat pots. Where on earth are they from? Saturday. Received an emergency call from the crew informing me of an altercation involving 5 passengers in the dining area. Treated 4 with minor injuries and 1 with a light injury on the spot. The captain told me that it wasn't caused by those shell-wearing lads this time. Still, with their bizarre and smug demeanor toward others, it wouldn't surprise me if they got into trouble one of these days. Tuesday. Era, 22. Bloating, diarrhea, vomiting, high fever. Administered IV fluids. Kept under observation. During observation, the patient showed signs of delirium. Claiming the crews had reached the new era and demanded to disembark and return to Nukuteao. The shell on the patient's chest turned from white to red and developed numerous cracks. When questioned about this, the patient hastily hid the shell, and the accompanying person sternly rebuked us and changed the subject. Oh no. Modo rush la historia. Sí, estoy aquí. Rush. No. No streameo mucho. Entonces me atrasé un montón. Así que ahora estoy rusheando hasta terminar. Y no puleo por ninguna de las dos porque estoy salvando para... Estoy ahorrando para Liang Yu. Y no tengo muchos recursos porque Anjonala me dejó en la pobreza absoluta. End of the sun. A pitch black ship enveloped in storm, rain, and hatred. Okay. Pum pum. The sound of scraping metal brings an end to the pumping rock music, painting a look of solemnity and fear on the faces of every guest. A lithe figure steps gracefully onto the stage.
We should raise a toast, one and all.
A toast for what?
For we're in luck's good graces to be aboard this ship. A ship? Perhaps one ought to think of it more as an art.
What? The guests exchange uneasy glances. After a long silence, one guest hesitantly breaks the silence with a question.
Just what are you getting at?
Oh, I get it. Is this some kind of surprise theme party, like a murder mystery? Is that right, Miss Barcarola?
Solo fui por Barcarola para mi equipo con Voyager y Matilda. Estoy errando por no ir. Que llevo medio piti. Mucha suerte. Ya tenía ganas de hablar por Barcarola, pero prefiero hablar para Liang Yue porque la quiero. Y es limitada, así que... Barcarola looks bewildered. The captain's sudden and strange appearance on the stage was certainly not part of any performance. At least, not one she had prepared.
No, I didn't plan for any of this.
You aren't entirely wrong, though, Mr. Matthews. For this is certainly a surprise, if not so much a party as a ceremony. Allow me to congratulate you, our honored guests. Each of you with your unique talents, resources, and powerful connections have earned a chance to join Manus Vindictae.
Oh, goody! How exciting!
If this is some kind of joke, Captain, I don't find it funny. So how about you knock it off?
There's no joke at all. Unless you plan on throwing away your precious opportunity to join us in the new era.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Have you gone insane?
In their fear and anger, the guests make to leave, but a young man in a mask swiftly blocks the doorway.
How dare you blaspheme our savior?
Oh no. They're all wearing masks, and their shirts are
Paula,
cracked.
Ever since you put on that mask, you've been acting strangely, like a different person.
She can hardly recognize her dear friend at all.
You're wrong, Salome. I was lost after we left Melly, but now I've never felt so certain of myself. You must ready yourself for the mask trial too. We must all be willing to sacrifice to bring our people into the new era.
He proudly pounds his chest as he glares disdainfully at the trembling crowd before him.
As for these ignorant outsiders, they will never understand the depths of the crimes they've committed, or the punishment they deserve.
Yo le di skip a Liang, muchos amigos me dijeron que le di skip a Noir, pero no es la maldita Alicia. Y sí, no, igual me encanta. O sea, yo voy a tirar por todas, esperando lo mejor. Pero voy a priorizar a Liang nomás porque es limitada. Pero las quiero todas. Por lo menos a Liang ya no, a ver.
Calm down, Toa.
Don't bother with these outsiders. They only care about themselves. Only the storm can bring the change we need.
Oh no. With bizarre masks, fervent prophecies, and the clinking of misrepresent shells, they perform their unannounced stage play. I will say that the Manus mask is sick as hell. The hand mask? It's kind of creepy, but I mean, it does look good. It is like good design was.
Lunatics!
And I will be tempted despite the downside just for the mask. Its audience covers together in fear.
Timekeeper, it seems as though the islanders aboard are working with Manus Vindictae.
There's no telling what else the Manus have up their sleeve. We need to call for support as soon as possible.
Cursed rape is a stealth rape. My man doing everything for the rape.
But our communications are jammed.
Regulus, are you able to reach Mr. Ulrich?
I should be. I've got no clue where he's at now. He dashed off with the roaring machine, mumbling something about sound wave frequency and nuclide R. Still, I might as well give it a shot. If I can still recall Laplace's internal frequency, that is.
Sinetto, we must calm the situation before things escalate further.
On it.
Orders are issued methodically. Grace watches with interest as a navy top hat moves through the crowd. A gentle smile creeps across her face.
Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps you have yet to understand what the storm really is.
No, perhaps we don't, because I remember what you wrote in all the flyers. The Free Breeze is equipped with a double hull and the most advanced communication systems available, capable of contacting rescue and support under any circumstances.
Yeah, and something about a stabilizing system. Why should we be worried about some heavy weather?
Oh no, you don't get it.
Or were you lying to us?
Oh, the specifications of the ship are all very much true. No natural weather phenomenon could endanger us here. However, the storm I speak of is not a mere matter of churning wind and thunder. And no double hull, nor stabilizing system, could stand against it.
So, what the hell is this storm?
It is a cleansing. A deluge that will come to eradicate all the sickness of this world. And an opportunity. A chance to reverse our course. All that is asked of you is an insignificant price.
Insignificant.
Reverse? Price? What are you talking about?
In the 90s, veins turned into wires. In the 80s, skulls turned into geometric shapes. Oh, in the 60s, what fun we had then! The entire world became a pop art spectacle. And Manus Vindictae have seen us through each one, for all these many years.
The crowd's murmuring grows louder and more chaotic.
So, you're saying that the world is going to be transformed? And something weird will happen to our bodies too?
You are exactly right.
And the Manus were behind all of this? Why?
Now, don't be so harsh on us. We've made heroic efforts to cleanse this world of its sickness.
Yeah, absolutely.
But each generation keeps making the same mistakes. Economic collapse, environmental crisis, endless wars and bloodshed. We had no choice. The wounds of this world must be cleansed, one deluge at a time. Now we are welcoming a new storm, one that will reverse us to an even more distant past.
Oh yeah? Fear and anger intertwine. The crowd is like a volcano on the verge of eruption. You were the irate.
You're a lunatic, Captain. You need your head examined. Lady, you need a psychiatrist.
You need therapy.
But these things you're showing us, they really happened?
No need to take my word for it. You will all bear witness to it soon.
You're the Lulu, Captain. The crowd descends into a hushed panic. Every lapping of the waves can be heard amid their almost ghostly murmurs. This is the perfect moment to calm the crowd.
The storm is not coming. We are from the St. Pavlov Foundation, an organization dedicated to the protection and rights of humans and arcanists.
Oh, thank goodness.
As the timekeeper of the St. Pavlov Foundation, I can assure you, what she showed you won't happen here. Manus Vindictae are just trying to manipulate you into buying into their deception and hatred. Don't give in to this false fear. Please, everyone, remain calm.
Another bamboo arrow shoots through the air.
Protect us? You? Don't make me laugh!
Batutu doesn't hesitate to stop him.
Oh, wait! She seems trustworthy. Maybe we should listen to what they have to say.
Really? You think these people care about rebuilding our home? Were they there when Nukutea was hit by the great waves? Where was their protection then?
I'm not sure. But I just can't bear the thought that we might make a decision we'll regret later. I don't want to see any more cracks and scratches on our shelves.
Her cries cannot overpower the murmuring of the guests, nor can they quell the rising fury of her kin. And they certainly cannot stop another poison arrow.
Subito será. This is getting out of hand. Be careful, Timekeeper. They're coming for us.
They're coming for us! Alright. A star, you say? Perfect. Oh yeah.
Keep the sample.
No less.
Oh hey, it's four people. Interesting.
Wanna watch the air climb?
Listen up.
Right wing.
Boom.
Oh.
Shotgun.
Stop. How dare you? Wait. Oh yeah, no, I need to. Okay.
Wanna watch the aerial stun?
Woohoo! Take off.
Relax.
Right wing.
Yo!
Unbreakable.
Why does he keep reviving? Fine. They'll die eventually. I should probably read why they're not dying. But I won't.
Fun. A little trick.
Oh, there they are.
Back to me.
It's fine. Oh hey, they multiply now. Will you look at that?
Whatever.
Listen up. Woohoo! Take off.
You have bows and arrows, you have a bromide on your side? Exactly. Whoa! Okay, we're back. It froze for a second.
sending down signals from above.
Jet from
Stars light the way.
was too powerful. See, they're there.
How much naughtier than the Foundation's kids?
Nothing to worry about. The hall is in utter disarray. Labor breathing, sighs and sobbing blend together like a sickly pot of thick stew.
No, this isn't right.
She wants to say more, but the familiar scent of herbal incense suddenly overwhelms her. Sleepy reads, a herbal anesthetic used by Nukutai priests during surgeries.
I think you need some rest, sister.
Huh?
Wow.
Sorry for Tutu. This needs to be done.
Whoa, you torn on her now? Selene catches her as she falls unconscious. The ongoing confrontation on the other side of the hall is evidently far more intense.
A fine speech, Miss Burton. Such delectable, righteous indignation.
As long as it needs to be done, I guess it's fine. I guess.
Surrender, Miss Grace. Your lies will not succeed here.
Why, of course. To tell a lie brings the harshest of consequences. Even a kindergartner knows that.
Grace surveys the hall. Countless eyes are fixed on her. Anger, hostility, confusion, disdain. She has walked through it all before and never left a trace.
Everyone, whenever there's an imminent storm, my watch here starts a countdown, but there have been no signs of...
Grace places a delicate hand on her raised arm, interrupting her speech.
What a coincidence, Miss Burton. I so happen to have a similar device myself. 3, 2, 1.
Impossible.
Miss Burton, as you said, lies will not succeed here. The question is, who here is the liar? Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to relish the sight before you. Here we are. The last evening on Earth.
Name drop! What the fuck? Se quedará en el Steam de Reverse para 2.5 de una skin para Winston. Ay, sí, está muy bonita. Me encanta que sea gratis. Roll credits. A call for help. A bit of good news and a lot of bad news. But how did she... How? What? The figure running down the corridor narrowly avoids another container, the fair fluid violently swirling his tank. Quedamos. Truly.
Flux's sake, I can't work under these dim lights. Could this cheapskate cruise liner not spring for some decent halogens or fluorescence?
Ulrich briskly makes his way down the corridor, the symmetrical nuclide arc collector inside his briefcase buzzing loudly.
Just as I expected. The closer I get, the more erratically the collector's gauge reacts. I must pinpoint the ship's current location as soon as possible. Wait, the readings are a bit off. Is it because of the seawater? Or is there an abundant load of nuclide ore in this area?
He crouches down, laying the suitcase on the ground and pounding on it. I don't think...
This thing must be broken. Oh, when I get my hands on the engineers responsible for maintaining this, I swear I'll... calm yourself and think, Ulrich. Did you miss anything crucial?
Have you looked outside?
Yes. The oily slime in the power supply room. A rudimentary test showed that its refractive index and infrared spectrum closely matched our samples from Manus Vindictae.
The ringing of the communicator interrupts his thoughts.
Who's calling? Regulus?
Finally! Oh, I've been trying to reach you for a while now, Ulrich.
Calling to check on the artificial storm project, are you? I still have a way to go. I'll call you when I need a hand or two.
No. I'm afraid I'm not offering you a hand. I'm asking for one. We need you topside, you fabulous fish tank. There's a gang of Manus thugs here.
You fabulous fish tank. Ulrich leaps to his feet. Amid the static, he has got the most crucial piece of information.
The Manus. There's sure to be a considerable amount of nuclide within their masks. Perhaps I don't need this unreliable scrap of metal after all. Send me your location straight away, Regulus.
You fabulous fish tank. I don't know why that stuck with me so much.
Where are these Manus thugs?
A surging dark mass of people blocks Ulrich's view.
Lux's sake! This is a bigger crowd than I expected.
His bulb stands out amidst the crowd, causing the spread of a new panic as they retreat from him.
Who is this fucking light bulb?
Oh my god! I don't want to end up with a light bulb for a head!
Huh? What are you talking about?
Ulrich nimbly dodges the hammer blow, intense electrical impulses surging through his body.
There we are. Another extract of asymmetrical nuclide R.
Success! Though poised to take action, Ulrich is promptly stopped by the pleading hostages.
Ulrich! We're over here!
Wonderful. I should be able to extract even more over there.
He's immediately cut short upon entering the crowd. Ulrich narrowly avoids another attack before finally reuniting with the others.
This seems to be a bit more than a gang. Closer to a horde, really. You understated your situation, Regulus.
Your help is much appreciated all the same, Mr. Ulrich.
Help? Well, I'm afraid I won't be much help to you, Timekeeper. Fighting is far from my specialty.
Blimey!
Blimey! Regulus feels utterly lost.
They seem to be corralling the guests. At least they aren't hurting them for now.
It isn't about hurting them. She wants to recruit more followers.
Countless stilly, emotionless eyes scan the crowd with icy precision.
Is there a single ship in this whole bleeding world that doesn't belong to either the Foundation or the Manus?
Mr. Ulrich, does Laplace possess any technology that could detect an imminent storm?
We made several attempts to do so in the aftermath of the second storm, but none of them proved effective. Since that time, we've become reliant on the storm alerts from the Foundation, or more specifically, from you, Timekeeper.
Yeah, about that.
Miss Grace claimed that the storm was coming, and she managed to accurately predict the occurrence of the anomaly outside. Yet, my watch has shown no sign of an imminent storm.
Light rain is tapping on the porthole. Sonette unconsciously tightens the cuffs on her sleeve.
In any event, I believe in you, Timekeeper.
Thank you, Sonetto. But it isn't you that I need to convince. It's them.
Countless eyes filled with fear, suspicion, and hostility remain fixed on them.
No wonder my readings were going wild. Apologies, Timekeeper. Though nothing would make me happier than disproving Manus Vindictae, I can't deny the possibility that these phenomena are precursors to the storm.
This is not a reassuring answer. The wind howls fiercely. Why is there an eclipse? The horizon has become almost completely obscured. Far-off islands and faintly visible reefs blend into one another, as if smeared with an even darker shade of paint. Amid the crowd, people slump to the ground, their sobs lingering in the air.
Please, everyone, listen. We have to stay calm.
Struggling to her feet with the help of her cracking box, Barcarola rises to fulfill her duty once again.
I ask you to put your faith in me and in the free breeze.
I should have never come to this party.
I want to go home. I'm scared.
Someone help us. Please.
Barcarola's voice is utterly drowned out by the wails of the crowd.
What can I do to get these people's attention?
Oh, okay. A massive sound resonates from the bow of the ship, sending a vibration so strong that many are thrown to the ground.
What? What's happening?
Due to low visibility at sea, some public services on the Free Breeze will be temporarily suspended. We apologize for any inconvenience caused. We are now entering an area of treacherous reef. During this time, there may be some sharp shifts in course. In order that we might reach the new era as soon as possible, the Free Breeze will forge ahead at full speed.
I don't think that is the right approach.
Please stay indoors and in case of emergency, hold on to the handrails. I repeat, please stay indoors and hold on to the handrails.
Captain Grace, why in the world is the Free Breeze going full speed through these reefs?
To embrace the future.
But if we strike any of these reefs, the damage could be catastrophic.
Not as catastrophic as missing our chance to embrace the storm.
Her softly spoken words fall on deaf ears.
Blue! I won't stand for this! You're just trying to scare us into joining your cult! Oh, I'll bet there's no reef, no storm at all! This is trickery, and I intend to prove it!
Oh no, is he gonna walk out?
Do as you wish, sir. Please watch your footing. The wind is howling outside.
She gives a polite nod as the guest storms out of the cabin.
Look! I'm standing firm as a bolt!
The guest stands firm on the deck, like a warrior singing triumphantly between still as cliff and Charybdis whirlpool. That else until he's struck by the power of the wind. Alright, bye. His scream is quickly drowned in the storm as he vanishes into the void. One guest pulls the hatch close again, looking out the howling wind outside and returning their one safe haven to silence.
The gentleman is gone! Miss Grace, you murdered that man.
What an utterly baffling accusation. Have I shot him? Stabbed him? No. The choice was always in his own hands, wasn't it?
Ah, technicalities. The whole remains silent. After a long while, one quivering guest steps forward.
Captain, you said you'd save us if we joined Manus Vindicte, right?
It's not as simple as that, I'm afraid. But relax. There is only a small trial to pass. Then the new era waits.
Oh, don't do it. She gestures to an all-too-familiar mask sitting silently on the table.
You may feel a little disoriented, but your body will be in no danger.
So, if we all put on these masks, then this nightmare will be over?
Things can't get any worse than they are now, can they? Give me the mask!
Oh no.
Oh, lost lambs. This will be the bravest leap you've ever taken over the fence.
Sonera turns to the crowd.
Please, everyone, don't fall for her lies. She doesn't offer you salvation, but slavery. Don't give up your free will.
Listen to her! We've got to be free to choose for ourselves. Rock, blues, classical, or heavy metal, it doesn't matter. Each of us is our own melody. The Manus will take that from you.
That was a nice line, Regulus.
It's our turn, Timekeeper. I'm at your command.
All right. Our priority is to bring the guests back to their senses.
She's so good, she is. Oh, let's go.
Dental checkup. Everyone, please listen to me. The storm isn't coming anytime soon.
The St. Pavlov Foundation will ensure your safety.
But you and your foundation have been hiding the truth behind the storm from the public. How can we trust you?
Don't lose hope. The Foundation and the LSCC have been working hard to overcome the storm, and we've never been so close to achieving it.
Really? Is that true?
Yes. Our research on the storm is on the verge of a breakthrough. One that will benefit everyone.
Come on, guys. Do you really want to plaster one of those things on your face? You'll never be able to eat again or listen to music. Blimey, what kind of life would that be?
She's so real for that.
Don't waste your breath on these lapdogs. They're all bark and no bite.
Oh, you think that?
Listen up.
You really think that? Well then. I'll have to show you, I guess.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Stars light the way. Unbreakable. Hey!
Don't touch the device.
No worries. Relax.
Listen up. Woohoo! Take up. Sharp hand.
Oh yeah.
No worries.
Flight permission.
Come
Screw
back
it.
to me.
That's the sound for a new era. Listen up.
No worries.
Dead.
Sending down signals from above.
Dead.
I smell the scent of mint oil.
Woohoo! Listen up. Stars light the way.
The civilians have calmed down, Timekeeper. Take a moment. I'll deal with the rest.
No, Sinetto. This crisis is far from over.
Good grief. How many passengers are on this bloody thing?
Probably a lot.
Huh. Red 38 is about to return.
The guests remain in turmoil as the believers and skeptics argue among one another. Fear and confusion quickly spread through them, like ink in water. And soon,
I did it! I put on the mask!
I'm saved!
oh no, we're losing them.
Thank you, Miss Grace!
It hurts! It hurts so much!
Help! We can't let more of these people give in to their fears.
Her voice is almost entirely drowned out by the roaring crowd.
These stubborn outsiders must be silenced. Take them away. Let our revenge begin with them.
Salome, take my troubled sister back to her room. The softness of her heart has clouded her judgment, just as her shell shows.
Chief.
Black ink seems to stain every one of their faces. The upheaval has engulfed the Nukutai along with countless other innocents.
Mom, I want to go home. Just think if something happens, sweetheart. Remember that toy your dad bought you? It's waiting for you at home. We'll be there soon. Just put this on. We'll be there soon.
Trembling, the mother slowly lowers the mask to her child's face.
No!
Barcarola lunges forward, knocking the Manus mask out of her hand.
I don't believe your job description permits you to interrupt our guests. Does it, Miss Barcarola?
I don't understand, Captain Grace. Why are you letting this happen? Why are you doing this?
Because she played all of you. Grace carefully picks up the still humming mask and brushes off the dust. She steps forward.
Cheer up, dear girl. Hold that chin up high. Now that's the spirit. The brightest star of the free breeze forever and always.
But if evil, why hot? Because that is how she gets people to her side.
Just take a look. Your loyal fans are waiting for your next show. Won't you play some of those beautiful melodies for them again?
But, Miss Grace, what do you mean by the storm and diseases of the world and this new era?
Oh, it's all so much simpler than you think, Miss Barcarola. In the new era, all that you hated in this time will vanish, as if it had never been there at all. The city of violins you swore you'd never return to will soon be forgotten. Washed away in the coming storm.
Yippee!
Your wish will come true. You'll never need return to it. You couldn't even if you tried.
Never again?
Memories from her home returned to her as if she were there just yesterday. The towering bell tower of the cathedral, the creaking footbridges of the dock, the Cremona Music Festival competitor list that never displayed her name, and the distant scent of torta and risotto. She has been far away from that world for so long, yet there before her eyes she sees it again. The report card scribbled with red ink soaring on the wind.
What was it you said about that rotten little town? The monotony of sound, the disappointment of those old fossils and their little worlds. Is that right?
Yes. I said I never wanted to go back.
Now, keep your hand steady this time, my dear. You must be certain.
Don't listen to her. Cold metal meets Barcarola's hand, jolting her back to reality. Her trembling hand reaches for her peculiar, silent instrument. She cradles it in her arms.
My crackling box.
The familiar texture of the adhesive holding it together reassures her. She runs her fingers over it before greedily moving on to the rest. Then, in the intricate structure of the instrument she created, she finds all the pieces of that familiar thing. A fingerboard, strings, a sound post, a bridge, tuning pegs, a violin. A sudden warrant bursts forth within her, urging her to push the mask aside. Oh, okay. That was a great scene. Sheesh! Things are happening. Manuscript awaiting publication. Perhaps a few more names should be included in the list of authors. Research on stable materials. Validation from artificial storm experiments. First draft. Abstract. Chapter 1. Introduction. Research background and significance. Current state of academic research. Immunity ritual. Space telescopes. Chaos and Pneuma. Note, this section references the Lawrence butterfly, and the reproducibility of the results is subject to verification. Existing issues in current research. Main research content of this paper. Chapter 2, experimental materials and methods. Experimental materials, biological materials, seeds, resins, young dragon tongue tubes, vesicle bugs, firemouth powder, etc. Mineral materials, obsidian, sea urchin fossils, volcanic rocks, chalcedony, vermiculite, etc. Artificial products, camera, spectrometer, records, compass, nickel tube, etc. Arcane items, glitter hair, slime, condensed raindrop mithril, platinum ouija, etc. Why platinum ouija? Why do you need a ouija made out of platinum? Note, the slime samples contain arcane materials related to Manus Vindictae. A report is to be filed to the timekeeper. Experimental equipment and instruments. Experimental methods, criteria for selecting sites of supernatural phenomena, connection of weather sources to reaction containers, injection method for asymmetrical nuclide R, preparation and use of 73.5% rainwater, operations of sonic catalytic reactions, a standard for experimental logs and waste disposal. Chapter 3. Properties of experimental materials in the storm environment. Introduction. Stability materials, stable materials, unstable materials, materials with no significant correlation. Correlation with era sickness, materials that can suppress era sickness, materials that can aggravate era sickness, materials with no significant correlation. 3.4 chapter summary. Wow, he's really going deep into that. In depth. Right, let's see. A new page turn. This is just a story. Yes, my dear. It'll be a place that neither troubles you nor keeps you up at night. Are we, like, imprisoned? Oh well.
I'm confused, Toa. If these disbelievers are a danger to our vengeance, why are we only locking them up? Shouldn't we just toss them overboard?
Damn, okay.
The chief wants Fatutu to decide how to deal with them. A test of her allegiance and her conviction. After she puts on the mask, of course. You're afraid, Salone. Don't be. The trial isn't difficult. I see things so clearly now.
I don't know, Toa. I trust in Kamutsa's leadership, but still...
Don't do it!
Just like always, you're waiting for everyone else to test the water before you jump.
I just feel that there's something wrong. You say you're not afraid, Toa, but I hear your chains clinking. You're shaking too.
Shut up. That's only because we're in a freezer.
A familiar place.
Blimey! Locked up again. At this rate, I'll have my imprisoned on all 7 continents bingo card before I turn 20. It's an honest bet I've spent more time behind bars than my own home.
And why is that, Regulus? Have you ever stopped to question that?
I wasn't aware that you had a home. Beyond the ship, I mean.
Yeah, also that.
Of course I do, love. The whole of London is my home.
British punk.
I've walked its streets. I've inspired its people. I fought for its music. Its spirit stamped on my very soul.
I need to know where Regulus comes from. She paces back and forth in the cell as she passionately proclaims her cause. Homeless. Basically. Rebellious artists often fall into such radical expressions.
And jolly old London will always have a harbour open for this captain and her apple as a token of... Wait, Barcarola, what are you doing here?
A familiar silhouette appears in the prison door window.
Well, I suppose those tin heads aren't the type to appreciate a true artist. Jealous of our talents, no doubt.
Miss Grace said to give you special treatment, Barcarola. But I warn you, these prisoners are ours to deal with. So don't get any ideas.
What? Barcarola, don't tell me you're siding with these tone-deaf goons!
The door creaks open, and Regulus stumbles back a few steps. What greets her isn't the familiar sweetheart of the ship, nor the elegant musician, but a tear-streaked, almost disheveled and helpless face of a young girl.
I'm just confused. It seems like there's only one way forward, but...
Goons, classic, not modern, exactly. Very true, very important distinction.
The captain said that only those who put on the mask have a chance to survive the storm, and that everyone else, the unbelievers, the forsaken, will vanish. Miss Virgin, tell me the truth. Please. What will happen if I put it on?
Her voice is almost entirely drained of strength.
If I reach this beautiful new era Miss Grace speaks of, what will happen to Cremona? The streets, the cathedral, all of the people I grew up with. Will I ever be able to see them again?
The truth is, after the storm there may still be a Cremona, but every face, every song, every brick from each house to the cathedral will be different. The storm will wash away almost all traces of this era. But you can still help us, Miss Barcarola.
Me? How?
No matter when the storm arrives, we must fight till the last second to help as many people survive as possible.
I need some time to think.
The door slams open again.
Your visiting time is over, Barcarola. Better not overstay your welcome.
Barcarola wipes the tears from her eyes, taking deep breaths as she tries to steady herself.
I have another request. Could you tell me where Fatutu is? I just want to see her, is all. As a friend.
The captain's cabin is calm compared to the carefully crafted atmosphere of fear and eeriness on the rest of the ship. A delicate hand turns the knob on the radio, switching it to a more secretive frequency.
They're well aware of your contribution.
To follow their divine guidance, we must be willing to renounce both body and mind.
Well done, Apostle Grace.
Oh, this fucker, I knew it.
To think those white suits are so sure they've caught us off guard. Oh, I can't wait to see the despair in their eyes when they fall flat on their faces. I can imagine it now. Let us all observe a moment of silence for those lost in our latest failure. Let us honor them as eternal monuments of our cause. How pathetic.
Despite the static, the ridicule in Forget-Me-Not Stone rings clear.
Oh, and what about this Laplace rat that I hear is stowed away on board?
Yes, the awakened ferrofluid sample named Ulrich. One of the major contributors to the creation of the Equilibrium Umbrella.
Let's hope his little umbrella keeps him dry.
How do you know all that?
Because if he isn't careful, he may end up in much deeper waters.
The ritual materials are nearly assembled, and we are accelerating our recruitment. But the Nukutai spirit shells have yet to reach their most optimal form. It could hinder the stability of the ritual if they're not immersed in pure negative emotion.
Your commitment to quality is impressive, but the shells needn't be perfect to perform as needed. Do not waste time unnecessarily.
That's nice of him, wishing Ulrich to be dry. Yeah, so considerate of him.
Do you understand? I trust you've learned from the last failure.
Yes.
Excellent. A teleportation array has been set up for you, but it will last only a short while. You must begin the ritual as soon as your ship reaches the target location. Manus Vindictae awaits your return.
Yes, Mr. Forget-Me-Not. I will always follow their guidance.
The communication ends, leaving only the echo of the final words spoken through it. Grace raises a pale hand and gently caresses the intricate patterns on the spirit shells. Silence fills the room. Sheesh! What's this? Evaluation meeting. We need to first determine who's at fault before we can identify who needs improvement. Listen in. Accountability measures. We can't allow failure and betrayal to run rampant indefinitely, don't you agree, Miss Grace? The shadow of the serpent twists under the light, appearing several times larger than its true form. Yes, replies another shadow, trying to lower itself as much as possible. You quickly identified that the toy was a contract item used to control the succubus, which is impressive. It also shows you're different from Matthias and possess wisdom befitting an apostle. The stirring rod clinked against the teacup, producing a melodic sound. I am sorry that others fell to Kimberly's betrayal. I did overestimate the potency of the contract item. If you'd shown less mercy to that succubus and given her stricter orders, this tragedy might have been averted. Likewise, if you had been more ruthless in Texas, you wouldn't have wasted so much time there and would not have lost the contract item in the chaos. Although, in the end, losing it was Igor and his subordinate's fault, not yours. Thank you for your guidance and understanding. Still yourself, merciful little Grace. Showing compassion to a viper only gets you bitten. Remember this in your next mission. The Nokutais. They will present us with their spirit shells. Your capabilities are undeniable. I still hold some faith in you. At last, a hot cup of tea is stirred into a cold one, and the serpent's shadow vanishes out the door without even flicking its tongue. Oh, and I should need to remind you. Any unforeseen events during the mission must be reported, especially anything related to Vertin. This is also according to their guidance. Yes, it's all for their return. What? Excuse me? Why are you so interested in Vertin? Barcarolle? The oars are shaped here, and the waves crash here. Not every breeze is destined to last forever. We're back in prison. Woohoo!
Subido Sera. It's no use. The cabin's wall is heavily reinforced. My arcane skills can barely scratch it.
I guess that's why they didn't even bother taking our stuff. Ulrich, you've got to have some miraculous trinkets up your sleeve to bust us out, right? You're the pride of Laplace after all.
Laplace is not a circus, and I am no magician. But I may have something that can help. I have a small amount of TNT and some papier pillar solvents.
Why? Why do you have a small amount of TNT?
The former can blast the door open. However, it will likely blast us to smithereens along with it. The latter is much safer, of course. All we need to do is apply to the walls and then wait for a couple of days.
Why not?
We're abso-friggin-lutely screwed, aren't we?
Don't be gloom, Miss Regulus. We aren't beat yet.
Thank you for the follow! Ulrich set aside the obviously useless tools. He has made a much more important discovery.
Take a look at this, Timekeeper. I've been recording the Free Breeze's heading since it left Sydney. Though unfortunately, something has been jamming our signal. Yet, we can still extrapolate from my earlier readings that this ship is not heading to its advertised destination.
It's heading steadily southward.
It appears so.
Her thoughts churn more violently than the ferrofluid's vibrations.
The forecast of the storm, the sudden eclipse, the mask trials, and the speed at which the Free Breeze is now heading. If all they wanted was to recruit more followers, they would allow for more time to convince the others. However, if the storm is indeed coming, then why would we be racing forward through these reefs? Their actions don't seem to be aimed at recruiting, nor at passing through the storm. Rather, they seem to be aimed at intimidation.
Aha! The air in the cell seems to momentarily stagnate.
This would add weight to the possibility that the storm they're promising is only a trick to inspire more fear. That said, we must consider the chance of the storm occurring, no matter how slim it may seem.
Ulrich stands tall, unwavering in the face of conjecture.
Until the truth is ultimately revealed, all we can rely on are the instruments in our hands and the readings before our eyes.
Then we are agreed, Mr. Ulrich. Whether the storm is coming or not, we need to be well prepared.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
We've brought quite a few equilibrium umbrellas with us, and my suitcase can also serve as a temporary shelter. However, that will do nothing for the humans aboard.
Your suitcase? Then the rumors are true. No wonder the Stick in the Mud Foundation greenlit you to build your own team.
Oh, you didn't know. Ulrich stares intently at the suitcase held in her hands.
I would give anything to analyze it one day.
I'm certain that day will come. Eventually.
Eventually.
Sonetto, how many equilibrium umbrellas have we brought exactly?
Exactly 73.
I don't think that we cover everyone on the ship. A sufficient number to cover all the comrades in the suitcase. Unfortunately, it's far from enough to account for the nearly 1,000 people aboard the Free Breeze.
Cheer up, ladies. Our hopes are not dashed just yet.
Mr. Ulrich, you're not speaking of your artificial storm experiment, are you? We have neither the time nor personnel to assist you with it. And I implore you to consider the potential risks, especially in attempting it alone and under these conditions.
Ulrich eagerly continues his explanation, heedless of his companion's concerns.
Irrespective of your concerns, thanks to those oily heads and their quirky masks, I have acquired more than enough asymmetrical nuclide R to perform the immutability experiments.
But have you considered the side effects, Mr. Ulrich?
The ferrofluid halts for a moment. Hello, Icanerad.
It's true. There is the risk of unavoidable side effects the experiments pose. And I admit that, if I were in the lab, we would use much more time and caution. But on this ship, I am the only one capable of withstanding the effects of the storm syndrome.
Despite his seemingly calm tone, a new round of protestation is volleyed his way.
Hold on, hang about. Have you gone right off the dock? Oh, we can't afford to lose you, genius. You're the only gadget guru we've got. Oh, we're counting on you to fix the signal.
She grabs Ulrich by the tank and frantically shakes it, sending the ferrofluid swirling inside.
Mind the negativity, Regulus. I may be a scientist, but I'd rather not have the bad omens. It does take time to recover from the storm syndrome. Indeed, it could be as long as 3 months, or a few weeks. But hey, it may well be just a matter of seconds. Fortune favors the bold, you know?
Ulrich be like, worst case you turn into fluid like me. Yeah, you know? It's fine.
But if I've learned anything at Laplace, it's that we'll need to do dozens of tests.
I agree with Regulus. Your plan is too reckless, Mr. Ulrich. Our priority should be to find a way to escape this ship safely.
She looks through the cell door window. There's no one outside.
What about Miss Barcarola? Do you think she'll stand with us?
She will. I have faith in her.
That's great. Pre-launch.
Mr. Essam, would you lend me a hand, please?
What brought our brightest little star? Oh, look at you out of breath and all covered in dust. What happened?
Easy, easy, Barcarola. We're here to help.
The warmth of their greetings causes tears to well up in her eyes.
That's right, Signorina. Why don't you tell us what happened? The captain told us to stay put, but we'll do whatever we can to help you.
Well, you see.
The Free Breeze will never go home again.
What?
Captain Grace said this era is coming to an end, and only those who put on a Manus Vindictae mask and pass its trial can reach the new era with her.
Sorry, what? You just turned your old friend Charlie's brain into a knot. Where are we going, then?
There's no telling where, or even when we'll end up. Could be someplace 10 years ago, or even 100 years.
You mean we're traveling through time?
I don't know.
I've got to admit, Signorina, this all sounds a bit too wild to be believed. But as sure as a compass points north.
He gently pats her on the shoulder with a large, rough hand.
I will trust you mean every word you say.
Thank you, Giovanni.
So, you're saying if we don't do something, then none of us will ever see home again?
Girls love to travel in time, believe me, Slayer. Yeah, the numbers say it. Her silence is answer enough. The sailors exchange a glance, needing no words to make their decision.
It's decided then. We'll fight by your side, Miss Barcarola. Because none of us wants to find ourselves in a random land back when the dinosaurs roamed.
I kinda do.
You got that right. I won't let them ruin my retirement.
We'll sail ourselves home if we've got to. One thing's for certain. I don't want to be stuck here for the rest of my life.
All right, gentlemen, enough with the words. It's time to take action. Miss Barcarola, is there anything we can do?
Sounds kinda metal. I know, right?
Yes, of course.
End up in World War II. We were like right before World War II, weren't we? Or was it World War I? I don't remember anymore. Dissonance. A soul-stirring swell of noise, appreciated even by old-school rock fans. 1? Oh, okay, it was 1. We need to go to 2 then.
Hey, the Nukatai nut jobs outside are gone. Oh, don't tell me they've abandoned ship and left us here to starve. Come back here, you yellow-bellied cowards. This pirate is not going to Davy Jones' locker without a fight.
Having satisfied her anger by yelling through the porthole, she turns to the others.
Sonetto, are those solvents working at all? Tell me they are.
It appears the outer layer of the door has already dissolved substantially.
Excellent. The papier pillar solvents are more effective than I anticipated. At this rate, the door should be fully dissolved in approximately 13 hours.
Yippee!
Oh, wow! That fast? Really, fish tank? I'll be waiting with bated breath.
She fiercely shakes his glass tank.
Hey, why don't you just whip us up a few helmets like yours? That way you can just blast the door open with TNT and we'll be sound as a pound. Well, our heads at least.
My helmet is made of regular silica, 7.092% calcium magnesium carbonate, and 3.27% aluminum oxide. I'm afraid it's no more explosion-proof than your regular old skull.
Regulus slumps against the door as the last vestiges of resistance leave her body. A faint shout comes from the other side of the door.
Regulus, I'd stay away from the door if I were you. Huh?
They're here.
Hold on to his anger like your life depends on it. We ram the door open on the count of 3.
Woohoo! The helmsman voices are like music to their ears.
3.
A countdown begins. A nearly soul-stirring impact. With their final count, the supposedly unbreakable door collapses. The cheering of familiar faces echo through the room. Regulus swears it's the most beautiful noise she's ever heard.
Right on! Oh, I knew you'd come through for us, Barcarola. A rising star through hell or high water.
You have our thanks, Miss Barcarola.
I just want to save as many people as possible. For the pride of the free breeze.
We aim to do the same thing.
After a pause, Ulrich steps forward.
Timekeeper, I need to get to the radio room. It's likely to be the only place on the ship that will be able to get through their jamming.
She turns to Ulrich with a solemn look on her face.
I'll bring good news, I promise.
I see. Regulus, you should go with him.
No. I don't need additional manpower for such an easy...
I insist. We can't afford to lose anyone, Mr. Ulrich.
She places a compact device in his leather-gloved hand.
This is...
The Pioneer's Mark I positioning system. The latest in technology from Laplace.
But if I recall correctly, it's never been mass-produced. Only a few prototypes were made available.
And this is one of them. If anything happens, someone can use it to track you down if you're in serious trouble. Like if you've fallen into the sea.
This will surely come in handy. Thanks, Timekeeper.
Good luck, Mr. Ulrich.
He won't need it, because no one knows radio systems better than this captain.
She nods before the two vanish around the corner.
The rest of us need to return to the lobby and get the masked guests under control. Sinetto, do we have sufficient sedatogens left?
Yes, Timekeeper. We still have plenty.
She turns to the helmsman.
Gentlemen, I'll need your assistance too.
Gentlemen. Don't jinx it, Berthin. Real.
Of course, ma'am. Miss Barcarola already told us everything. Sounds like helping you means we're helping ourselves.
Esam, do you know where we can find the spare keys to the passenger cabins? We have another friend to free.
Woohoo! Elsewhere on the ship, two stealthy figures navigate through the darkness.
Are you sure this is the right way?
Are you doubting my capabilities?
Not exactly.
Woohoo! They did it. The broadcasting room is empty.
It's only that I expected they'd have this place locked down like the crown jewels. But nobody's here.
We'll concern ourselves with that later. Let's get to work, Regulus.
Ignoring Regulus's wandering about, Ulrich quickly channels his thought current into the broadcasting console.
Coastal Base Station, come in. Coastal Base Station, come in. Where's the International Maritime Organization when you need them? Laplace Australia branch, please come in. Laplace Australia branch, please come in.
Oh, I just checked out the wiring. All the signal transmitters have been sabotaged. Oh, no wonder there's been no sight nor sound of those oily freaks.
Ulrich seems unsurprised. Retracting his thought current, he disregards the apparent predicament. He lays one peculiar item after another onto the table.
Reel it in, fish tank. You're not conducting the artificial storm experiments right here, are you?
Why not? We have a supernatural phenomenon, a vast water supply, sufficient asymmetrical nuclide R, and the required sound wave frequency ready in the transmission system here.
Why not?
If these aren't the perfect testing conditions for the artificial storm, then what is?
Wait. Are you forgetting what you just said to Vertin? What about all those side effects? You've got no bleeding idea how severe they'll be or how long they'll last.
Which is why it's lucky you were sent along with me, Regulus. If anything happens to me, you'll have to be the one to report the experiment's results.
He gives her a hearty pat on the shoulder.
Whether the storm comes or not, we'll have made an undeniable leap of progress. More than worth a bit of storm syndrome, no matter how nasty.
He tosses an equilibrium umbrella into Regulus's hand.
At least now you'll have an extra equilibrium umbrella.
He pays no mind to his immobile teammate. Instead, he meticulously sorts through the materials he has spread on the table.
Ulrich, I refuse to be a part of this.
Too bad. I don't think he can be stopped. He seems very determined. The 27 Club. Where are we? Okay. Rock never dies. Where are we referencing that? In the cramped broadcasting room, the little lion and the light bulb are at a face-off.
What did you say?
Her unexpected declaration has caused the ferrofluid to come to a halt.
You heard me, you daft light bulb. I will not be your undertaker.
Regulus, you still haven't grasped the significance of this project, have you? We've figured out the principles of the storm, and even developed the means to create its simulacra. Yes, there's still much room for improvement, but we've already made a huge leap. And now, we finally have the opportunity to put our theories into application. Finding an immutable material is essential to our survival. The Regulus satellite proved it to all of us. Just think about it, Regulus. We are standing right on the cusp of the post-storm era.
Regulus hangs her head.
Fish tank? You planned this all along, didn't you?
Don't tell me you're worried about the funds and credit for the experiment. Laplace will cover all your potential losses and expenses incurred should anything go wrong. And whether this project succeeds or not, your assistance has been indispensable. Surely enough to earn you a fat bonus and a high rating for your salary review. And I will certainly not be hogging all the credit.
Ulrich stops upon seeing an even more resolute expression come across Regulus' face.
Whoa! No! Keep it in the tank! You've got me all wrong, Magnet Head.
Huh?
The two exchange stunned looks.
I'm a member of Laplace now, same as you. A researcher, not just an observer. I too witnessed the storm.
Ulrich has never seen Regulus so earnest.
So ergo, therefore, QED, I'll participate in your artificial storm experiment. Not as your note-taker, but as your fellow experimenter.
I never expected this from you, Regulus.
Me neither. He knocks on his glass tank, perplexed.
Don't tell me my reports were really that bad. Never mind. Really, don't tell me. Fact of the matter is, I got an advance on my wages, so I fully intend to do my duty as a researcher. Besides, no rockin' pirate with a spine would ever leave their shipmate stranded in danger.
I love her. Ulrich squeezes Regulus' shoulder.
I admire your courage, truly. However, when it comes to these experiments, you must leave it to me. That is an order, Regulus.
His resolve is unyielding. He opens the door, signaling Regulus to leave his lab.
I need you to observe my status through the porthole and record our experimental data. You're the only one that can do it.
Alright, Magnet Head, have it your way.
Her eyes linger on the experimental materials in the case. Platinum Ouija boards, young dragon tongue tubes, fire moth powder, and numerous duplicated records.
Say, Ulrich, do you like rock?
Now is hardly the time to chat about music, don't you think? I hope you won't be pestering me with more of these inane questions. And to answer you, I prefer brown noise. Its frequencies produce a soothing rhythm in my ferrofluid.
I hope Regulus and White Drum meet. Yeah, they should meet.
See? That's exactly why I can't leave it to you.
What?
This logical leap nearly causes Ulrich's circuits to crash.
I turned a blind eye to your blatant acts of piracy and brushed off your blasphemies against rock. But if I miss out on an adventure like this, I'll forever lose the right to join the 27 Club.
The 27 Club?
All the best rock stars die at 27, or in a blaze of glory.
Regulus, what the fuck is wrong with you?
This is my record, my responsibility. We might fall or even vanish. Maybe we'll get turned into cubes or paint or whatever. But at the end of the day, rock never dies.
Huh?
Ulrich is just like, what the fuck is she on? That's not something to be excited about, Regulus. Exactly.
Whether you're a rock legend or not, you shine with the radiance of humanity. Regulus, I salute both your experimental spirit and your rock and roll spirit. There's only one thing left to do. Project. Experiments on material immutability via artificial storm. Locale. Radio room of the Free Breeze cruise ship. Experimenters. Ulrich and Regulus. Our experiment will now commence.
Well, she got her way, I guess. Data supplementation. Please extract and record the useful content from this videotape. Got tired CG? Real. Artificial storm experiment footage. Check it out. You are witnessing the greatest rock moment of all time, brought to you by the one and only rockin' captain. Keep it down, researcher Regulus. I'm recording this. Hey, we could die at any second. No, I'm gonna stay silent. Then just keep yelling. We'll keep the control variables consistent. Now, start testing the next material. Researcher Regulus, put down the Dragon Blood Racing Compass and pick up the Platinum Ouija. Yeah, how's this? Have I become a work of art yet? As with the previous material test, Researcher Regulus' temporary storm symptoms have shown no improvement. The Platinum Ouija is ruled out. This concludes the testing of the single material objects. Next, let's move on to the two material objects. Damn, they're insane. Basically. Wait, what? What with all these dead people? Oh, they're just sleeping, right? The pain of missing home. The composite swaying in the wind, the water wheel turning on the riverbank. These are the familiar scenes that people long for. They're just asleep, right?
Miss Bertin, it seems all the passengers are gathered in the lobby.
The group has finally arrived at the cruise ship lobby. The place is a mess.
We've lost too much time. A lot of people have put on masks while we were locked up.
We'll need to round up the ones that are still conscious.
Sure.
The hastily assembled rescue team leaps into action. breaking up rising quarrels and separating the crowd members fighting over masks.
Manager, more contenders? Like we don't have enough people wrestling for a mask.
Give me that mask, asshole! I'm joining Manus Vindicte. I will take the trial.
Clearly, any semblance of onboard etiquette has been long abandoned.
Sir, I believe you may be too weak to endure the trial. You should leave this valuable opportunity to someone who will be more useful to Captain Grace.
Please put the mask down, everyone. This isn't the way to survive.
Give it to me! That mask belongs to me! Miss Grace smiled at me once. She must like me. She'll want me to join her.
She smiled at me once.
I just don't want to be killed by the storm thing. I don't want to die.
The helmsmen dip and dive through the crowd as they administer sedatogens to the almost delirious passengers.
Get back to your senses, people! If I were you, I'd have thrown these creepy masks into the sea the moment I saw them!
The Nukutai survivors watch the nearby rescue operation from afar. Thanks to Grace's kindness, their situation appears far brighter than the other guests. But not all of them share their newfound faith.
Salome, you must put on the mask, please! For our people. It's not scary, I promise. Would you rather be captured by those outsiders?
Go to the captain's room, Toa. You passed your trial. I'm sure the captain and our people there need you more than I do. I must stay here to look after Kitiona, Little Pita, and our friends who still seem to be lost.
What is wrong with you, Salome? All you need to do is put on the mask.
What is wrong with you, man? Selene breaks free of Toa's grip, nearly falling to the floor as she does so.
I'm sorry, Toa. I think Fatutu was right to have second thoughts. Look at all the people who have put on the mask. Now tell me how many of them have survived.
Following Selene's tear-filled gaze, countless failures of the trial lie sprawled on the floor. Nukutai, Australians, Italians, sailors, merchants, tourists.
And what? You're afraid? Is this really more important than bringing our people home?
The storm outside continues to batter the ship. Lovey, however, grows increasingly silent.
You have changed. The Toa I knew would never have dared to ask me such a foolish question. Haven't you heard their cries?
You need to think of the future, Salome. The new, beautiful homeland we're going to recover. We could live peacefully once more. We could...
His tears mix with the viscous black liquid of the mask as they drip onto the floor.
Please stop, Toa. I'm sorry. When I see how tainted and twisted your spirit shell has become, I can't. I won't.
Selene crumples to the floor, her voice barely a whisper. Sonata spots them among the crowd.
I recognize her. That's Miss Salome. Timekeeper, I think they need assistance.
She rushes toward the Nukutai survivors.
Sinetto, watch out!
Narrowly dodging the attack, Sonata looks up in surprise. Beneath their cold bronze masks, viscous black fluid seeps from the Nukutai believers' eyes and mouths. Their limbs have twisted into grotesque shapes, and they mutter to themselves, as though tormented by an unending pain.
Sinetto, get ready to use those sedatogens.
Sheesh, okay.
Dental checkup.
Anything important? It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever.
Relax.
Hot. Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Woohoo! Take off!
Thank you for your cooperation.
A little trick.
Don't blink.
Shotgun!
Woohoo!
Stop.
Megaphone guy hasn't brought up any problems. It doesn't seem like it. I am dual streaming just to be sure, but seems like it's been fine so far. And hello, PCU.
Fine. Listen up.
Oh wait,
Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Woohoo! Take off! Oh. Unbreakable! ВДВ. Сколько побед?
No.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Swallow my exhaust!
Destroy them!
I smell the scent of the Emperor.
Oh.
Okay, these are the last ones.
Relax.
Fine. Listen up.
Please, don't resist.
A little trick. Stars light the way. Shield.
Some peaceful moments.
My permission? Screw it. That's the sound for
Go Regulus!
Relax.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
No worries.
Alright, bye.
We worked on this collaboration together. I'll write you into my paper.
Thank you. Their frenzy subsides as the suffering individuals drift into slumber.
Pardon me for this, please.
She sprays a dose of sedatogen over them. Unfortunately, the sedatogen seems to have little effect on those under the control of the masks.
What are you doing to my people? I won't let you hurt them.
Toa stands vigilantly before Soneto, shielding the unconscious Manus believers. I love Winston's frisky next event, me too.
Miss Burton! Miss Sonetto! We're back!
Patutu comes rushing over.
Sloane, Toa, are you alright?
Tutu.
Their encounter brings little joy. Toa, instinctively touching the mask claps to his face, takes a few steps back.
I'm so glad to see you unharmed, Fatutu. But our friends...
I know what happened, Sloane. Parkerola told me everything when she got me out. I've made up my mind now. We can't wear their masks alone. We never should have agreed to their so-called revenge plan.
The Manus believers seem to latch onto her words, reacting as though they are a shot of adrenaline. Toa leaps forward, the ragged claw staring through his arm as he shields his childhood friend once again.
Toa! No! No! Why is this happening?
Blood splatters before her eyes, painting the lobby wall crimson. The believer's appetite for vengeance has only grown stronger.
They
They seem to be more frantic than ever before. Timekeeper, I suggest increasing the dosage of sedatogens.
The mask's influence has wormed its way deep into their brains. I'm afraid sedatogens won't be able to awaken their consciousness any longer. They need something that reaches into their soul.
The Manus believers are determined to destroy everything in their path. As they surge forward, the crowd is pushed back. Barcarola is caught in the center of the chaos.
Isn't there something I can do?
The wails, the cries, and the pounding rain outside nearly overwhelm her. Amidst the chaos, her bow slips out of her hand. She jumps at the sound.
Stop playing with that atrocious toy of yours and pay attention to the class, Barcarola. Music is a language that moves us on to a deeper level than any other, transcending both culture, place, and time. Whoever you are and wherever you go, it will always stir the depths of your soul.
Hell yeah, the power of music. Oh, that's a nice zoom in. No need to remember, no need to think. Familiar, simple tones flow from her cracking box. A soft, indescribable melody washes over Fatutu. This song is both strange yet intimate. Where is it from? Is it from the Cremona that Barcarola talked about? The Hellman spontaneous sing-song? Or from Meli's traditional bonfire festival?
We're not so different deep down, are we?
Huh? What's that sound? Violins, piano, cellos, double bass, and flutes.
But violins? She hates violins.
I want to go home.
Her people raise their hands helplessly, clawing at the air. Tears blur her vision, but her thoughts only grow clearer. Though her hands are trembling, she gently lifts the harmonica to her lips. Her quivering lips blow a gentle rhythm into the harmonica. A new melody joins the ensemble. The islander and the musician exchange a glance, and with no baton nor words, music flows between them like an ancient, joyful river. I love that she can magically just play the harmonica. The black liquid stills, no longer sipping from the masks. The melody echoes through the lobby, gently closing the eyes of the tormented believers. Toa's raised hands finally fall, as though succumbing to a deep sleep.
It's over now, dear friends.
Barcarola nervously wrings her hands.
I'm sorry, Fatutu. I didn't expect my song to put your people in this state. I only wanted to help.
You did. You're the greatest musician I've ever seen.
But your friends, they've
gone home.
Oh, okay.
But
I see. The lightly trembling shoulders before her suddenly feel unfamiliar. Had those fragile, tender shoulders always been so brave and resolute?
Look at the shining, pristine spirit shells around their necks. That is a sign. It tells us that their souls are at peace, that our friends lived a full and honest life.
Wiping her tears, Fatutu gets to her feet and starts to gently collect her lost people's spirit shells. She can still feel their warmth in her palm.
Tutu!
Before the warmth of the spirit shells can fade, Kamuta strides into the lobby, his demeanor cold. Oh no, are we gonna have to kill him now? To elsewhere, to home. We are not going anywhere. This should be the end, or close to it. You're sure you're like 20-something.
What are you doing? How could you side with our enemies? Against your own people? Against the ones who would rebuild our home?
Incredulous severity colors his tone.
You've brought shame on our people. You've disappointed me. Stop all this now and come with me. We will beg Miss Grace to cleanse your soul.
Like the countless times before, he waits for her to grasp his outstretched hand. An unexpected act of defiance.
Joining Manus Vindicte was a mistake, Kamutsa. Their masks blinded our people. They tricked us with their lies and empty promises. But look, so many precious lives lost for nothing.
It wasn't for nothing. They died for the resurrection of Nukuteao. Isn't it your dream too? To rebuild our home in a land free of humans and their wickedness?
Fatutu shakes her head.
No, not anymore, Kamutsa.
She looks around at her people, their faces marked with pain and confusion.
We may have lost our islands, but what we've done here lost us something far more precious.
I was taking my sweet time with the event. Looked like Kurt's actually ahead of me right now. I stop on stage 13. Hello, Ergus. Yeah, I'm rushing right now, since the event ends like next week. I'm on stage 20 though, so yeah, you might want to avoid spoilers.
There's nothing in this so-called new era that Miss Grace promised us that is worth becoming monsters and corrupting our spirit shells. Our pride must be in ourselves and who we are. The shells around our necks, the words we speak to one another, the way we treat others with kindness, not hatred. That is what defines us. We are more than just how the outsiders can use us. More than our sea mother's eye. We are the wisdom of our elders and the traditions we keep sacred.
Oh, the music is so good.
And if our islands all sink beneath the waves, we will remember them in our craft and in our stories. We will remember the story of the brave Nukutai girl fighting off the series. We will remember them in the songs of Nukuteao. No matter whether it's an island or a ship we stand on, as long as we're together, Nukuteao, our home, lies beneath our feet.
Yeah, let's go!
Didn't you say you would always have faith in me, Kamutsa? You believed I could lead our people to a better future. Now, I believe in myself too.
She raises her head, the shells on her chest heaving with every breath. They tremble in unison, resonating with the collective energy of the Nukutai.
You'll be a better leader than I ever was, Fatutu.
The expected reprimand never comes. She stares in shock at her brother, at his lips curling into a faint smile, at his trembling hand still extended out to her, and at the black blood seeping from his eyes and ears.
What's happening to you?
The towering figure before her falls to the ground.
Oh, no. I'm fine, Tutu. I'll be alright. You're right, dear sister. The words you spoke have opened my eyes.
Pain words are forced through his blackened lips.
Brother!
As she cries out, heads turn toward her. The mask remains tightly affixed to Kamura's face, his black liquid nearly covering it entirely.
It's the mask's punishment.
I don't understand.
Manus Vindictae use their masks to sift out their most loyal followers. Those who pass the trial can retain their personality and memories. However, if they should show any signs of faltering in their faith, the mask will punish them. Their consciousness will be devoured by the fathomless depths of Arcanum, until they become nothing but a walking corpse, caught in eternal agony.
A low clap breaks the silence.
Well, well, I am stunned by the breadth of your knowledge of our operations, Miss Furton. But I must remind you, gossip like that is terribly bad manners. Is it any wonder why our guests look so terrified? Though it does pique my curiosity. I wonder, even with all you said, do they fear us more than they fear death?
Her commanding gaze hovers over the ship's passengers before finally landing on her former follower.
What a pity, Mr. Kamura. I had high hopes for you. It seems our friendship has come to an untimely end.
Her words are cold and emotionless, instilling a new fear in the crowd.
The people here know the truth about your masks. There's no sense trying to deceive them any longer.
Oh, is that so?
Grace slowly advances, her steps poised.
Timekeeper, stay behind me.
Sonara imposes herself between the two, poised to fight.
Oh, what do we have here? How adorable. The ever-loyal deputy leaps into action. But we're on a tight schedule, and I don't have time to play games. There's no power in your shiny little badge here.
She glances at the Foundation emblem on her chest.
Mr. Kamura, Manus Vindictae will forever remember your contribution. Farewell.
For Tutu, watch out!
Fleste tu pandva.
Oh no.
Brother! No!
Oh no, why are we jumping into a fight after that? Oh no. Alright. I'm gonna go with this team and hope for the best. Good. Oh my.
Miss Grace deliberately led us here to the deck. But why?
The fuck is that?
Timekeeper, the fog is thickening by the minute. The low visibility might hinder our ability to use arcane skills.
What?
As suspected. Our attacks can't reach her from this distance.
Please allow me to spearhead the assault.
Be careful, Sonetto.
Is that a cocoon?
Is Miss Grace inside? No. This power feels more complex than any person, and much more dangerous.
Timekeeper, the cocoon is affecting the masked guests somehow. Look, they're writhing in pain.
We have to act fast. Finish this before more civilians fall victim.
Understood.
Party in the sky and on the air.
Alright, what's this? Okay. All right. Okay, I have one. I see. Oh god. So many abilities. When entering battle and at the start of the round, virtually present on the field or in the backfield gains damage taken reduction. After entering phase 2, at the end of each round, if the unit is not with the metamorphosis status, randomly summons 2 mana to the members of the backfield. This randomly dies. You can channel duration of metamorphosis by 1 round. Day blindness. These spells all control effects from self and enter the silent shedding status. While in the silent shedding status, this unit is immune to control effects that cannot gain Moxie. Silent status ends. The concentration makes darkness on all enemies then dies. After this, enemies with a single flaking powder get an additional damage taken reduction, 30% for 1 round. Oh, okay. This seems like it's gonna be a pain. I gotta step out for a minute, guys. Though I drank too much water. I need to go to the bathroom, and I feel like we're gonna be here a while. So you know, I'd rather go now. So yeah, just give me like 5 minutes or less. I'll try to be quick. But yeah, BRB. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. Let's see how this goes.
Fine. Wanna watch the aerials? Woohoo! Take off! Right wing. Oh. Shotgun!
Okay, we should be fine the first phase. But whatever comes later is what worries me.
Listen up. Unbreakable.
Liam!
Hey!
Sheesh.
Woohoo! Listen up. Right wing.
What have you missed? Death, despair, lies, depression. Regulus and Ulrich doing some crazy experiment. You know, the usual.
Woohoo! Take flight permission. Screw it.
The usual Friday, yeah.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Regular day in reverse, 1999.
That's the sound for a new era. Oi! Leave my ship alone! Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
An academic question.
A little trick.
Limited scale, infinite lines. Confirm the coordinates.
Why, Miss Grace? They've already given their souls over to you. Why do you insist on taking their lives too?
Betrayal bears a hefty price, Miss Fatutu. The lies of the Foundation have twisted your minds. You're confused, disoriented. I'm sorry I couldn't save you from them.
No! You're the one who lied to us!
I've done nothing of the sort.
Uh-huh.
I will guide you to a brighter future. To a home untouched by the tsunami.
The queen of gaslighting for real.
Just as I promised. My friend.
I don't believe you. Not anymore.
Chris' voice is so good, I will let her gaslight me every day.
What a pity.
Alright, what is happening now? Ah, battery! Alright.
Peaceful moments.
A good point.
No worries.
Woohoo! Take off!
No other study could show you this.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Stars light the way.
Dum, 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 dum.
Relax.
Time.
Come back to me.
Don't blink.
Woo! Okay. Right.
ВДВ. Сколько побед? Wanna watch the aerials time?
An academic question.
Swallow my exhaust. Don't blink. Oh.
Limited scale, infinite lines. Behold.
Haven't you eaten?
I'm not getting how the homophone works that well.
And your hypothesis?
No worries.
Listen up. Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Confirm the coordinates.
Don't blink.
That's okay, I got a little man, but how do I actually gain charges? Or it's just it being used automatically? I don't get it. Has to be 3 of the same kind, it says.
Relax.
But I don't fully get how that works.
No worries.
Time. Like permission? Screw it.
I think it's how, like, you know, it's 3 attack or whatever, from what I've noticed. But I don't fully get how it accumulates. Hello, Queen. Thank you for the raid. How are you doing? You're just in time to see me struggle. I have no idea what I'm doing, but hopefully I won't die.
Some peaceful moments.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Listen up. Woohoo! Take off.
Hey, Horace.
Don't blink. Stars like the west. Unbreakable.
Okay, now it's level 2 and I got a charge. Which is good, because that means I can use it. Alright.
ВДВ. Сколько побед? Listen up. Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Relax.
Get a shield.
Hurry along, my dear guest. Say your farewells to our beloved free breeze while you still have the chance.
Now we're going to the third phase.
The cocoon! It's breaking open!
Stay calm, Sonetto. This is our chance. Time to destroy this thing. and save the free breeze.
What the fuck is that?
Sending down signals from above.
Oh god. Oh god, it's stanky.
Please, don't resist.
Liam!
Okay, let me just read 22. God. Oh god, okay. Guys, am I supposed should I get rid of the ads or not? It's kind of my question.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Oh.
And I feel like a show, so I'll try.
Oh.
Let's just heal. Many heals.
Breathe. I smell the scent of music.
That's the sound for a new era.
Just a casual Ulrich horror. Yeah, you know. Nothing we hadn't seen before.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Okay.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Take up.
An academic question.
Oh.
Thank you for the follow, Lance.
Don't blink.
Okay, nice.
Unbreakable.
Limited scale, infinite lines. Behold.
I'm running out of turns. I'm worried. Oh, hello. I see. Okay. All right. So that happened. Interesting. Anyway, let's go again, I guess.
Grace
indeed.
deliberately led us time as we is time we have undertake the sample.
I'm gonna try getting rid of the ads first. see if that helps me somehow.
Wanna watch the time?
Listen up. Stars light the way.
Don't blink.
Oh. Sending down signals from above.
Got another one.
Woohoo! Listen up.
Wanna watch the aerial stunt?
Save and stack the alpha charges. Oh, okay.
Don't blink.
That makes sense. I'll do that then.
Please, don't resist.
I just need to remember to get them.
No worries. Thank you for your cooperation.
Sending down signals from above.
Come back to me.
Stop.
Wait, what? Oh, it was no, okay, never mind. It's not the same thing.
Fine.
Listen up. Flight permission.
A little trick.
Stars light the way. That's the sound for a new era.
Should I just attack the thing? I don't know anymore.
Relax. An academic question.
I smell the scent of mint.
Limited scale, infinite lines. Calculating distance. And your hypothesis.
Woohoo! Take off!
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Confirm the coordinates.
Unbreakable!
Why misrepresent?
Okay.
What?
Oh. ВДВ. Сколько побед?
Swallow my exhaust!
Hi. Listen up. Wanna watch the aerial stunt? Woohoo! Take off! Don't blink. Shotgun! A little trick. Stars light the way.
Sheesh. Okay, this is not going well. All right.
Hi. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Flight permission. A little trick. Don't blink.
I smell the scent of mint.
I feel like I should bring someone else instead of swim with some. Or just attack with her, even though that's not ideal. Just to get the charges up.
Fine. A good point.
No. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Don't blink.
Calculating distance.
Come back to me.
Oh.
It's like she can work, but this kind of those boss fights with this weird mechanic, which kind of requires me to use cards. She's not a. She might not be the best choice for the job.
Listen up, time. Woohoo! Take off.
A new hypothesis.
Shotgun. Oh. Sending down.
I'm gonna restart.
From
I'm
above.
gonna.
Behold. Bien.
Let me exit. Actually, I'm gonna change the theme. The music is a bop. Hell yeah. Gonna change wind song. Who should I bring? Yunangshi? All reliable? Rakanya? Alright. I'll believe
Take
you.
my hand. You might feel better.
I'm not sure what Rakanya does, but... I feel like that can be said about any track for
His
1990.
Grace deliberately let us hit. As good big is
Should I focus on the boss or try to get rid of the ads? Okay, gonna save the thingies. We're just gonna start attacking. Yeah.
A fragment of truth.
Wanna watch the air climb?
Don't worry. It's been proven. I'll be right here.
Oh. Right wing.
I will be watching you.
Listen up. Woohoo! Take off.
No.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Shotgun. Sending down.
Has you received damage in return for your save to be already started? Ah, okay.
Right
See.
wing.
Yes, I just get these cards because I like them and I just kind of forget about what they do. Because I take forever to actually raise them.
Relax.
Oh, okay.
Listen up.
The flag's
Fine. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Stars light the way.
no use in avoiding it.
A little trick. Don't blink.
Oh, I see, I see. I got 2 charges.
Whatever. Woohoo! Take off.
It will all be fine.
Fine. Swallow my exhaust. Unbreakable.
Come back to me.
Don't blink.
Okay, we still have 2 charges. I'm like, I wonder, do the ultimates count as their own thing? Like, should I try to chain 3 ultimates together?
The what? Wanna watch time?
Relax.
Wanna watch time?
A fragment of truth.
Don't blink. Why
But the life job. I want to.
A little trick.
I will be watching you.
We got 2 charges. Phase 3? This is phase 3, it's phase 2, no?
Don't worry. It's been proven safe. No, relax.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Would you care to lie down? Come back to me. Please, don't resist.
I'm sorry, oh, it's fine. Right, now we throw all the ults together. I don't know what they do, but we throw them. And we see if they do anything. For the things I see, let's see.
Those who look outside.
Okay, you know, they don't count. But let's just do them. Might as well, you know.
Look at you. So broken.
Swallow my exhaust. That's the sound for a new era.
Oh wait, it didn't increase the charges. Yeah, it counts! Hey!
A fragment of truth.
Fine. Listen up. Woohoo! Take off.
All in moderation.
Don't blink. Shotgun. Sending down signals from above.
Alright, we're almost full charge.
Hey!
Relax.
I do need some healing this round though.
Wanna watch this enough? I smell the scent of moon. Please, don't resist.
Right wind. Stars light the way.
I'm off my mirror.
All right, now we're good to triple attack, I'd say.
Don't worry, it's been proven safe.
Fine. Woohoo! Take off. Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
I will be watching you.
A little trick. Shotgun. A little trick.
Look, time.
All right. Third phase fully charged. So I guess now I just throw it.
A fragment of truth. Don't worry, it's been proven safe.
Fine. My permission. Screw it.
I'll be right here. No use in avoiding it.
Oh. That's the sound for a new era.
Should I just keep using it? I guess? Try to keep using it under charging?
Of truth.
Woohoo! Listen up. Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Don't be afraid.
Stars light the way. Unbreakable. Don't blink. Haven't you eaten? Hey! Woohoo! Listen up. Sending down signals from above. Shotgun.
All the charges? Oh wait, I can like press it multiple times. I didn't try. Whoopsie. Oh, and okay. So yeah, it was just to survive that. All right. I see. How can I do it within 12 rounds? So maybe I should go with that. Another single damage dealer, aside from Regulus. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. For now, it is done. Let's go! The arcane fluctuations gently dissipate around Grace.
Captain Grace!
What is it now, Miss Barcarola? I'm sure you've already guessed this. but you've been relieved of your duties here.
Gaining the support of the Nukatai was never your purpose. Am I right?
Miss Grace, give me back my friends!
Grace ignores Petito's shout and slightly furrows her brow.
Oh, Vertin. I could almost delight in your cleverness, if it wasn't so damnably frustrating.
She snaps her fingers. A worn, oddly shaped spirit shield rolls to Grace's feet. She picks it up, as if greeting a long-lost friend.
A pity, but there's no turning back now.
The room falls silent once more. There is no sound but the howling of the wind outside. A burst of static echoes from the lobby's speakers.
Hello? Hello?
Oh my god, they're still alive!
Can't anyone hear me? This is Ulrich from the Plaza Storm Research Group.
Oh dear!
The radio broadcast jolts the already frazzled guests.
Whoa!
The tinnitus-stricken guest looks up. The broadcast still hissing incomprehensibly.
Everyone! We've found a material that... Our storm problem is...
The room falls briefly silent. Then it breaks into thunderous cheers and applause.
What?
What indeed? I see. Final farewell. What is the price one must pay for freedom, my dear? Right, let's just finish this. I'll go back to the fight later. At some point. Probably after a stream, maybe. The joy of this declaration has reached the hearts of the crowd. Amid the cheers, more and more masks are cast aside.
You never cease to amaze me, do you?
Manus Vindictae have failed.
It would appear that way to you, wouldn't it, Miss Vertin? How shall I congratulate you?
A Manus messenger emerges behind Grace. I see. Why do they want the shelves?
Well, time does fly, as they say. Be seeing you, and sooner than you think.
Grace opens her pocket watch one last time before casually tossing it aside.
But before I go, consider this a parting gift from your captain. For old time's sake.
An explosion booms from the ship's depths. Grace gives an elegant bow.
Goodbye, my dear guests. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all for this unforgettable journey.
Right, bye.
That came from the engine room. Those tin-headed bastards. They must have done something to it. Go see what you can from the deck, Charlie.
The seasoned helmsmen hurriedly make their way to the deck.
Damn it all! It blew a hole straight to the starboard hole!
Oh no. While the helmsman pace anxiously, Barcarola suddenly realizes the gravity of the situation.
Gentlemen, you can't possibly be saying that the free breeze is going to sink.
The ship tremors again. It's as if they're on a battlefield.
What's worse, that explosion came from over by the lifeboats. These bastards are hell-bent on making sure we all end up at the bottom of the sea.
The sound of tearing waves, humming steel plates, and crying guests pours into the cabin through shattered portholes. The pitch-black sea stretches as far as the eye can see. It surfaces alive with turbulent, inky swirls. There is another wave of panic as the ship tilts once again.
Help us, Miss Barcarola! You promised to keep us safe!
And you, miss! Aren't you from the Foundation, or whatever? You said you'd protect us!
The guests are desperately clinging to any chance of salvation.
Please line up, everyone. My suitcase should be able to temporarily shelter some passengers. Miss Barcarola, do you know how many passengers are aboard?
The musician clearly knows every detail about the Free Breeze.
About 1,600 in total. But I think many of them will be injured. I don't know how well they can move.
My suitcase alone won't be able to transfer that many people in time.
Suddenly, the communicator clutch in Soneta's hand makes a sharp sound.
The signal's back, Timekeeper.
Just as we suspected. They were jamming our signal. But how did they know our internal frequency?
She quickly brushes this question aside. There are more urgent matters to attend to.
This is Vertin. Please come in. We are currently aboard the cruise ship Free Breeze at coordinates 5535 degrees south, 6501 degrees west.
I love the little icon on the screen. The little Vertin.
The engine has been destroyed by Manus Vindictae, and the ship is taking on water fast. There are more than 1,600 passengers aboard, but we won't be able to evacuate every passenger through my suitcase alone before the ship goes under. We are in need of immediate rescue.
Understood. We will dispatch rescue resources and personnel from the nearest branch as soon as possible. Before their arrival, please do everything possible to minimize casualties.
Oh.
Miss Barcarola, could you point me towards the radio room? I believe our friends may be in need of help.
Of course.
Soneta jogs away in the pointed direction. The creaking of the ship's planks grows louder, and its railings and rigging groan painfully. Their sound carries on the freezing wind and whips at the ears of the crowd. Shivering from the cold, Barcarola remembers something.
Wait! Miss Grace wasn't the captain for long. It's possible she didn't know about the ship's backup lifeboats. They might still be intact.
Good thinking, Miss Barcarola. You're a natural-born captain.
Everyone, follow me!
Ooh. Regular procurement. It's because of these necessities that we can never truly call the sea our home. Checklist. Supply list. Meat, vegetables, fruits, as always. Tobacco, alcohol, as always. Ice cream, as always. Under orders by the new captain, all pending deliveries have been cancelled. Ornamental and planted animals. Got plenty more from Australia. First aid kits, medications, as always. Lifeboat maintenance. Maintenance complete. Backup boats are empty. New captain orders maintenance for the backup boats as well. Wait, so did she know about the backup lifeboats? Without regret, a fading beauty vanishing in the water. Unknown location. Look at that piano! The room is cloaked in oppressive shadow, as if harboring a menacing spirit. A gentleman emerges from the darkness.
You did well, Apostle.
He examines the spirit shells, the lifelong emotions of the Nukutai lightly clinking in his hands.
These are splendid. They will ensure the overflow of ritual energy will be properly contained. To be frank, I had my doubts about your capabilities.
Damn, okay.
You're still wet behind the ears, and you haven't yet got enough blood on those hands of yours.
Okay. The apostle bows. Her pale hand is clinging to the doorframe.
I am willing to do anything for their return.
Forget-me-not offers her an encouraging smile.
Still, you surpassed my expectations.
Her hand is trembling.
You look tired. Life at sea must have taken its toll on you. Relax now. You're home.
As you wish.
She takes a deep breath and hides her trembling fingers behind her back.
You will play an important role in our upcoming plans. Rest well, Apostle.
I will.
Grace's hand freezes as she goes to close the door. Her hesitation is evident.
Thank you, Mr. Forget-Me-Not.
As she shuts the door, Forget-Me-Not's outline blurs and his smile vanishes into the shadows. Why is she so scared? Steadying herself, Grace slowly moves toward the faint glimmer of light. The wind whipping through the corridor causes her to shiver. She presses her back against the door and slides to the ground. Trembling, she crawls into the nearest coffin. A display case meant for the next specimen. Wait, what? Oh, what?
It's hard to see here. Please hold on to each other and follow the sound of my music.
She got into a coffin? For a specimen? Question mark?
Thank you so much, Miss Barcarola. If it weren't for you, we never would have survived. You're so courageous.
But what if there aren't enough lifeboats for everyone? Will we have to leave anyone behind?
The guests shivering questions are scattered by the sea breeze. They shudder and stumble as they follow the music. The sky is dark, but the churning clouds are no longer noisy. The cries of gulls and the crashing of waves merge with the weeping of the crowd. They make their way through corridors and staircases for what seems like an eternity, their faces steeped in shadow.
I don't want to die like this. There's still so many things I want to do.
I want to go home. Even if the storm changes everything. I just want to go.
We have talked about it. And the Nukatai are willing to give up their spots if there aren't enough boats for everyone. We want to make amends for what happened earlier.
But Tutu, this wasn't your people's fault. The Free Breeze will not abandon any of its passengers.
She raises her cracking box eye, her face flushing red.
You have my word as the official musical director. And I suppose, the acting captain.
Barcarola, what have you done to your crackling box?
Sinfonia Giosa. Dividetevi con grazia.
Oh, Mr. Roland, what do come from, huh? I remember you telling us how hard you worked to find it. I haven't seen one of those since my time in Galicia. Depending on the boat. Hey, Barcarola, you're not just a great musician, you're a kind soul too. You say that.
Oh. Oh, baby. Damn, Dipsk is going. Thoughts on the solar eclipse. A new day, a new life, and the same old job. Report on the Free Breeze incident. According to the timekeeper's statement provided to our personnel, the recent hijacking of the Free Breeze was orchestrated by Miss Grace, a member of Manus Vindictae. Her involvement included the abduction of the Nukutais and persuading passengers to wear Manus Vindictae masks. Considering this, an upgrade in our risk assessment for Miss Grace may be necessary, along with issuing a formal warrant for her arrest. Additionally, with assistance from Regulus, a member of the Timekeeper's team, researcher Ulrich of Laplace was able to complete his artificial storm experiment on the free breeze. Regulus's record was identified as an immune material. However, its overall efficacy is weak, providing only a minor delay in the onset of air sickness, and critically lacks reproducibility. None of the copies of the records show the same level of efficacy. Regulus attributes this to her record's unique rock spirit, claiming it possesses a soul that its imitations lack. This claim has not yet been regularly assessed. So the experiment was... nothing came out of it? Finding home on the waves. She came from afar, with many names, and has never left you. Seawater soaks the tips of her hair. The hem of her tweed skirts ripples among the waves. The violin, while skidding within the cracking box, nestles against her, its neck, body, and tailpiece interlocking. A small boat from the past buoying her steadily. Barcarola realizes a terrifying truth, one she has long ignored.
It's just like what Papa and Mama said.
Our cheeky little pumpkin's violin should have a rich and bright tone. Not too sharp or unbalanced, just like her.
Let's ask Mr. Bellin for some top-notch spruce or maple wood. The best that Cremona can offer. We'll need some glue for the neck joint and plenty of varnish.
Of course, this is a Cremona violin we're talking about. Most important of all, it will be a violin for our little Barcarola.
The voices sound so close, as if they were spoken just yesterday.
As much as I try to deny it, I suppose my heart is still there with them.
A gentle breeze blows as she finally recognizes that little wisp of smoke lingering in her heart. She clutches the violin even tighter.
Papa, Mama, and Cremona.
A solid embrace, infused with the scent of rain and warmth, silently envelops her. The rain has finally stopped. The horizon shimmers faintly with a golden light once more.
We did it.
Inside Ulrich's head.
Congratulations, Timekeeper.
I should be the one congratulating you, don't you think, Mr. Fish Tank?
The fair fluid in the glass tank struggles to form a V.
It's an odd twist of fate, isn't it?
Indeed. I've just reported our findings to Laplace. With this, our research on the storm can finally advance to a new stage. I've even managed to develop a taste for rock and roll.
Incredible. That is the most astonishing development of all this.
Speaking of the storm...
Sonera looks up at the sky, the reflection of the light on the water glimmering on her face. This unfortunate cruise has finally come to an end.
Hey! Here comes the sun! Woohoo! I never doubted you, Timekeeper. There was no storm. Not this time, anyway.
Thank you for your continued trust, Sonetto.
The sound of the waves seems to fade away as it's replaced by a new melody.
Smashing! This is sure to be the most fabulous boat party ever held! I wouldn't miss it for the world!
Familiar and foreign songs from countless lands intertwine as voices scurry gently over the sea. Regulus paddles fiercely towards the music.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
Da haben wir so manche schon
Gesessen wohl ihn vorherum und Taten singen, die Lieder klingen im Eichengrund.
Au clair de la lune, on y voit comme peu.
French.
On cherche à la plume, on cherche à du feu.
Viejas melancolías, cosas del alma, llegan con el silencio de la mañana. Y cuando sale a verla, vuela a su casa.
A familiar ballad leaves Barcarola's lips.
L'astro d'argento, placi dell'onda, prospero il vento. Venite la gilet, bacchetta mia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia.
You have a truly heavenly voice, Barcarola. I've never heard that song before. Where's it from?
Oh, I know. It must be from Cremona.
No, it's a Neapolitan song. It has nothing to do with Cremona.
She's blushing.
That's a Foundation helicopter.
That island.
The end. Okay, but what was with that island at the end? You can't just end it on that island. What is that island? I quite like her voice. She has a very pretty voice. Or at least whoever does. I don't know if the voice actor, the English voice actor is the same one that sings the Italian song. But either way, quite a lovely voice. I can't sleep when it answers. Story will continue in 2.6. Alright, thank you for telling me. So I can escape streaming 2.5 then. So more reverse when 2.6 drops. Cinema, truly. I really like when everyone was singing at the end. Let me just move here for a little bit. I'm not gonna do this too long because my neck hurts and my voice hurts. I can tell that I haven't streamed in a while just because I barely spoken that much and I already feel super tired. 2.5 looks fun but not main story related. I'm sorry for that one. Me too. I was planning on streaming it just because it looks so fun, but I probably won't. I'm kinda burnt out from having to rush this one so last minute. So I'll probably just enjoy it on my own. But it does look super fun. But yeah, I really like when they were all singing in their own languages at the end. That was very cute. 2.5 is big too. Hell yeah. I'm so excited for it. Enjoy it in your own time. Yeah. We're just gonna take a break from Reverse until 2.6. Like I said, the idea of Reverse was that I just gonna stream main story, but now the events are becoming more story relevant. So here I am, having to stream some of them. And having to ask every time, like, hey, is this event story relevant or not? I mean, story related? Or is it fine if I just play it on my own? Because yeah, I gotta deal with Mika already. We have a Isolation 4 is dropping soon. But I gotta finish Aphelion Part 2. No rest for the lore, folks. Real. So true. Are events time limited? Yeah, they are. And there's nothing to sum things up. Sometimes they kinda summarize thing or like explain stuff on the main story. But you know, it's not the same as just actually playing the thing. There's 3 runs though, and they've been adding. They've added some events to permanent mode, but not many. So yeah, they're kind of doing the Mika thing of like making events main story relevant, and I'm like, why? I already had to deal with Mika doing that. Why are you gonna do this to me, Blue Puck? But here we are. They should stop that, yeah. But here we are. Oh, luckily, it's not like. So far, at least, it's not like one after another, unless there's an event and then main story update. But usually, when there's events, you know, they're not all main story relevant. Like one after the other. So far, I think. Oh yeah, it was pretty interesting. Can't wait to see what 2.6 drops. I can't remember which one. I always forget the patch numbers. I can't forget which one is the Tierra del Fuego one. Because that one looks interesting. Very interesting. But anyway, I am tired. 2.8. I think it's 2.8. Miglund says, hello! You cast me just as I'm ending though, but hello. Spirit Nighter, thank you for joining membership. Thank you so much. But yeah, I am tired. So I'm just gonna end stream, gonna go rest. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can beat that boss in 12 turns. See if I can get that done. We'll see. We are tired. Yeah, it's been 4 hours. So I'm gonna end a stream here. Remember, no other streams this weekend. I'm gonna be resting. But I will see you next week. I'll probably do some more Sonic Generations during the week, and then Guess Rolling 2 on the weekend. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time. Remember to take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay hydrated. And yeah, I'll see you around. Yes, it is a sleeping weekend, so I'll see you next week. Have a good weekend, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.